Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It's Gus, mic'd up with Gus. One of the most sought out interviews that I've been after would be Gino Rivera. Everyone, Gino Rivera. Hey,
What's good? What's good? What's good? Man, I've been
I,
waiting a long time to get on here, man. I was like,
bro,
he's never gonna ask me.
bro, I think both of our schedules are just so out of like whack right now.
Oh yeah,
You have a lot going on, man, and
yeah,
I think if we would have talked before, we would like I don't know, man. Right now is the perfect time for me, the promoter Gus, to finally talk to the one guy that I reach out to for every fucking show that I'll ever book in for my entire life. And people need and I want to dig into that because like I know what it's like for people to hate on me. I know what it's like to like people to get irritated with just my presence and just the things that I say just get under people's skin. And it pleasures me all the time to watch people lose their shit with you. It's like, why is he always posting? Why is he always just like, well, I mean, I pay him. I'll never say what I pay him, but I pay him because of what he does.
because
And
I'm a
if
fucking
it, if
hustler.
bro, if exactly if marketing gets on your nerves, if being a wrestler gets on your nerves, you do not belong in this business. This
Oh
man
yeah,
gets you get high praises from the right people. So
oh
it's like
yeah,
it's so this conversation has been a long time waiting, bro. For everyone who doesn't know, I've been working with Gino for since what 2015,
yeah,
2016. Yeah.
yeah. I think that the first show that I was ever on was where the Young Bucks were in that San Diego. It was like a
Mhm.
UFC gym. I
Oh
don't know
yeah,
what year
yeah,
that was. I don't remember, but you had all the stars, man. Jesus Christ. So
bro. That was literally so that first show with FCW when I like rebranded everything. I was like, let me get some names out. I remember reaching out and your name kept popping up and I was like, well, what's up? I need footage. They're like, he's from Santino Brothers. He's got a mouthpiece. He's good. He's this. He's that.
yeah,
And he can work with women. And at the time, that was kind of like a thing. You know what I mean? Like,
hmm,
unfortunately, we don't like to say certain people's names, but we all know who was like kind of making that thing, like working women a thing. So it's like, okay, well, I don't really want to go his route all the time. Is there somebody else that can work, women really good? And you had like this rivalry going on with fucking
yes,
with Sin at the Sage at the time,
yeah.
and you guys carried that into FCW, and it was great. I loved all of that shit. I loved
Oh
every
yeah.
bit of it.
There was a point in time where I was wrestling like nothing but women, you know what I mean? And
Oh
it was
shit!
like Shelly Martinez, Mariah Moreno, my classmate, Ruby Reyes, all the top girls at the time, you know what I mean? I
Right.
wasn't necessarily going down, I don't give a fuck what we say, Joey Ryan, whatever.
You're right.
Um,
Hey, you know
I,
what? You're like me. I don't give a fuck
I
either. But some
I
people get
actually
all butthurt.
I actually watched his allegation interview today randomly out of nowhere.
Oh shit!
It was just out of nowhere. But yeah, yeah. I don't know. Like he was the only one that was like really getting over doing that thing. And then like
Mm.
for me, I wasn't trying to be friends with him. I wasn't trying to do boob plexes and none of that. I was just trying to be the ultimate dastardly person that everybody labeled me as and just do what I do and just beat them up. And eventually, people didn't like that either, and it got to where it's like, oh, the only reason why he wrestles women is because he can't wrestle men. And then I was like,
I
oh
remember. I
man.
remember some people saying that like they told me like, why is he only wrestle because he's small? I'm like, bro, no. Like I'm like he's bigger than half these motherfuckers. What are you talking about? I was
Yeah,
like, you guys definitely don't watch wrestling.
but truth be told, let it be known that a lot of these women wrestlers that wrestled me felt comfortable, felt safe,
Right.
and knew that, I was going to take care of them, whether it be backstage or even just in the ring. They were like, we know you ain't going to do no fuck shit or anything crazy. So,
Right.
yeah, man. And you know what? I never had a problem. And, I made it out of the Me Too speaking out movement crispy, crystal clear, so
Hey,
you know what I mean? I was like,
me
I
too.
was ducking. I was
Me
like, damn, me going at my homeboy over there. Damn, he got him too. Damn.
fuck, bro.
It was
God,
sad. Sad
I,
shit.
I remember me and you kind of spoke on that a little bit back when it was happening because like I knew nothing was gonna come out. I knew my shit was clean,
Me
and it was
too.
just
I was
like,
like,
man, Like I was watching everyone just take bullets. I'm like, God,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
man, that's the thing I've always respected about you. I don't care what you did as a teen. Like, bro, we all hung out. We all did our teenager shit. We all, like we all experimented with our shit. But since I've known you, yeah, I've seen your music videos. Yeah, I've clearly know who you were because of things you've told me. It's like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
But since I've known you, you have been the most professional dude as far as like partying and all that shit. You don't do it. You don't
No.
just like stay,
Nah, dude.
and like that's real. Like he preaches that shit, and I can actually vouch for that. He don't go out, bro. Like you
No.
probably go to Disneyland with family, and he'll probably be like, I'm just gonna one, Mickey Mouse might do some dumb shit, and
Yeah.
I've always respected that about you because it's like as much as people think like your mouth, like it's so funny. I've had real conversations with people about you, and they're like, "Is he really like that? Really like what? The wrestler that he portrays?
I
No."
love it. Oh
I'm
my
like,
God.
"No, he's fucking not. He's not.
Yeah.
He's a good guy, and if you ever get to know him, you'll understand that he's in this business for the business, and
Hmm.
will pass on that shit." But I like I could sit here and I could really brown nose and kiss your ass all day about that shit because like I really respect what you've done for yourself as a wrestler in this
Yeah.
business, and it's obviously paying off. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I see people talk shit, but
I see it
dude,
all
you're
day. Still.
I see it all day.
Still to this day.
Hey,
Every
he's
time they
reading
talk shit, bro,
he
I
he's
post
not
a
reading
flyer of
those
where
he's
I'm
not
going,
reading
man.
those comments while he's taking a shit. He's reading those comments while he's on a plane.
Always. I always say I got this from Jay-Z, who was not my favorite rapper, by the way. I apologize. But I got this from
Same.
Jay-Z, and Jay-Z said, I can't hear him down there from all the way up here.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So it's
Hmm.
like I don't even hear it. I don't even pay
And
attention.
then even some people are gonna take that wrong. Oh, well, he thinks he's all high and mighty. No, bro, he's just above
No,
a lot of shit.
no. I did a lot
Like,
of car rides and I took a lot of L's, and I deserve these flyouts that I've been getting, man. You know what I mean?
oh, 100%,
I
man.
did. I deserve it, and other people will tell you that too. You know what I mean? Not just me. They'll tell you the
You
work I
deserve
put
it.
in. Um, I love this saying. I think Bob Evans said this once to me. Um, Goddamn, Gino, you promote so much, people think it's your show. And I'm like, I don't even know how to, I'm not even from Miami. I'm not even from New York. But if I'm on the show, I'm gonna promote it, yeah, like it's mine. And people will come up to me, hey, I want to get on your show. I'm like, yeah, bro, I don't even run it. Will you promote it all the time? Well, yeah, because I'm on it and I want you to come see me.
Right?
So I'm
Like,
like,
isn't that
yeah,
the idea? Like,
and it works. It works if I'm getting these fellas to the boys in the back, the girls in the back to be like, hey, I'd like to be on your show. I still get DMs talking about, hey, I'd like to be, here's my resume. And I'm like, send that to this guy because it ain't my show, dog. I'm
yeah,
sorry. Like,
you're like, I've
you
only
know,
got one under my belt.
yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
speaking of which, are you plan on ever like throwing your own shows again or getting? I know you found out it takes a lot to promote a show. We
Oh my
talked about
God.
it, and a lot of people can work in the business as a wrestler as long as they want. They could be guys like you who understand and know the business until you book a show yourself, until you find out what it's really, really like.
Big
So,
dog. You've been
with
praising me. Okay, let me praise you. The job you have is literally probably the hardest thing I've ever experienced in wrestling. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. I wouldn't wish my worst enemy. I hope you book a show one day. That's it. No, 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 no. Let me tell you, the work you do, the work you've done for the boys, rather it be in Cali, Oklahoma, anywhere, Mexico, wherever. Um, that shit is hard, and you got to be thick skinned. You got to be tough, mentally tough, emotionally, physically, everything to do what you do. And there was only one, guys. There was only one you. I tried to do it. I was successful, and I was like, I will never do it again. You know what I mean?
really,
But here I am. I did it again with GCW with Brett, and
okay,
they're not here to do all the groundwork,
right,
right?
right.
So I had to do that. And I was like pulling my hair out, like, oh my gosh, what did I get myself into? Until we're doing it again. You know what I mean? I can't say the date yet. Shout out to GCW Game Changer Wrestling. We working over here, but
That's
yeah,
right.
man, it's
That's right.
it's it's hard and I hate it. I'd rather just stick to being a wrestler. That's what I'm good at. This promoting stuff is so heavy.
Oh
Day
yeah.
of the show, week of the show, I've had my main
Mm.
event almost pull out on me, and I'm like, oh my god, you know what I mean? From
And you feel like
airport runs,
you feel
money
like you didn't
digging.
promote enough either. You're like, fuck, did I
Yeah,
promote enough? Fuck, you know, like
yeah.
you
My
get.
first show, man, my first show I did with the Athletic State Commission, which you're very familiar with for Oklahoma.
Mm.
I did with the Athletic State Commission here in New Mexico, and these folks was calling on me. I didn't do things the right way. I was out of town. I'm an out of town guy, so people didn't like me. And I was a new guy, and they were like, we pay all this money, and he has to pay, and he's trying to run an unsanctioned show. And I was like, shit, I didn't know. I thought y'all can just throw a show here. And they came after my ass so bad. The commission, the
Wow.
boys, all the jealous fellas out here. And they made me pay 3 to 4 grand, which I was like, man, I ain't rich, but I ain't got that kind of money. But okay, here it is. I forked up 3, 4 grand to run a show. You know what I mean? I had folks threaten my venue, my sponsors, my wrestlers, flyer in my venue. They did dirty tactics, man. I ain't gonna even give them any light, but they tried to ruin my show and make sure that shit did not happen. And Lord willing, that show happened, and I sold out my first show, which for a lot of people ain't like 300 ain't a lot, but to me, I was expecting 40 people. I was like,
Mhm.
shit, if I get 30 people in the building, I made it.
Right.
The tickets kept going. Hold my ticket kept, issuing all these. Here you go, here you go, here you go. To the night of my show, where I was like, okay, 256, we're done. I'm like, I wasn't even expecting 100, and then the owner of the venue was like, yo, we got people. We ain't turning them away. We gonna let them in. I said, the fire code says we can't. I don't want to get my
Like,
show
no,
shut
let's
down.
go.
People are already calling, sending boxers to come fight me at my own show, and MMA guys to fight me at my own show. I said, the code. He said, fuck the code. We gonna let these folks in.
That's right.
And I was like, oh my god. And we kept clicking, 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 and it was 306. And it was literally where it was like nobody could fit. People were standing on places they weren't even standing. And like I said, Lord willing, we sold that shit out, and it was the one of the greatest nights of my life,
That's
from
right.
one of the most stressful nights of my life, where I had a show the next day, and I think I gave myself a good cry, because not because I was
Right,
happy, but
right.
I was so stressed out.
Just
But
get just
the
oh
show was
yeah.
over, but I was just like, I gotta get this shit out. I was like, I hate everybody right now, dog.
Now imagine how you felt, but with that 619 roster I had.
Man, Jesus
Bro.
Christ.
Yeah, so
I wouldn't want to be in your shoes, big dog.
no, no, no,
No, I don't
no.
know how you did it. I don't know how you did it with all the egos and all the fun. Oh man,
Man. What's crazy is like there wasn't too much ego with some of like a lot of the guys I worked with didn't have a lot of ego. There was a handful of them that had that. Yes, there was. But for the most part, I mean, like I think like like Phoenix and Pentagon, they were so respectful. Like they were
yeah.
cool, But I think we know who we're talking about. We'll just push that one to the side. But shout out Brian Cage. But no, it's stressful, man. Promoting shows is fucking stressful, man. And I shout out
Mm-mm.
to you, bro, because I think you've done everything in this business you could, right? Like, what
Yeah,
haven't you done?
I've done everything. I've done everything I wanted to do, and then things I didn't want to do, and things I never thought I would do. I did it. So I'm just like, again, I tell folks, I'm like, yo, like if I have to leave tomorrow, I will not be sad. Like I've done a lot of cool things. I've met a lot of cool people. All my heroes that I've met have been super. You know what I mean? Like no one's let me down. I haven't met a bad hero yet. I've met just some cool cats. Jim Hacksaw Duggan being one of them at a convention
Oh
trying to
yeah.
smoke me out, man. I don't do that, but he was like,
No.
"You smoke the reefer," and I was like, "Nah, dude, I don't do that." You know what I mean? But he was real cool, But just a lot of stuff just has happened to me. For everything bad that's happened to me, a lot of good came and
Right.
overshadowed that. So I'm so thankful, man. And I don't mean to be cheesy. It's just,
No, man. Hell
man,
no.
I
Like,
could sit here and drop names of all the cats that did me dirty and did me wrong and told me I would never do this and I'd never make it and blackballed me, tried to, all the stuff. But I mean, like I said, even to this very day, to what are we in 2024? Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2024, I still got cats that do that. And for all the negatives these cats throw at me, I always drop a positive banger on them. You know what I mean? So they could be like, Gino Rivera is mean and he's a bully and he's 4 feet tall and, you know, 100 pounds soaking wet. And then I'd be like, well, I'm going to Hawaii and I'm booked out there wrestling. What's up? You know, and they hate
Right.
that. They hate that. You know what I mean? Versus me going back and forth, staying up online with them, you know, bickering over fucking wrestling. We ain't doing that. But I'm gonna embarrass you and just make sure you know, like, hey, while you up here typing all night, I'm gonna just drop this flyer, and
Right.
I'm in the middle of it, and you gonna hate it because now you gotta see it because 24 of the wrestlers that's your friends, our mutual friends, gonna share it, and every time you gonna see my face, and you
All the
can't do
time.
shit about it, right? So
And
that's what I
just
love.
and to dig in on the haters just a little bit more,
Yeah.
and how did it feel to get that booking in Hawaii? Because that's like that's home to you, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm born and raised. Sorry, spoiler. I'm born and raised in I was born in Honolulu and I was raised on the Big Island. People
That's
get
right.
it confused. They don't understand the whole eight islands thing.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I was born in Oahu on Honolulu, which is the tourist place, and I
Hmm.
was adopted because my mom was a prostitute and didn't want me, so she gave me up, and a family on the Big Island took me in, and I was raised there till I was 13, 14. Moved to LA, fucked my whole life up, and you know what I mean. And I started chasing this wrestling dream. So, but I mean, I don't know which times you're talking about because I wrestled out in Hawaii in 2018, and then I'm going back to
Just
wrestle in
the
Hawaii.
first time you ever just got that
What the
call
hell is
of
what's going on here? I
what
don't
was
know
that?
I don't know what I don't know.
Are you on your phone? On your iPhone?
Yes,
Yeah, if you
yeah.
put out like if you do emojis and stuff, yeah.
Oh hell no, man. Okay. I was thinking about getting on my computer, but I was like, no, I'm good. I'll be right here. But
No,
no,
we're well, apparently you had fireworks and it was glorious
I
and
swear to God. I was like, what is that?
but no, I mean
No,
like how did
the
that feel to like holy shit, man, I'm going back home. Like did you ever think that was going to happen?
no. I go out there for Disneyland, like Aulani, just to be, you know, be with the family and stuff like that.
Right.
But I went out there and I was like, man, oh no. I'm lying. Jeff Cobb, love Jeff Cobb. Shout out to Jeff Cobb. That's my
Shout
bro.
out Jeff fucking Cobb,
Okay,
bro.
he just hit me up on some funny shit the other day.
Mhm.
But all the way from Japan, you know, he's still reaching out to me. He's a cool cat. Jeff
That's
Cobb
tight.
was like, "Hey, I know a place in Hawaii that's booking wrestlers. When are you going?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm going on this date." And he's like, "Hit up this guy in this company." And I was like, "Ah, they ain't gonna book me." And of course, you know how it is, man. If you
Right,
get
right.
here, you know, if you get here, I'll book you and all that. And I was like, "Well, I'm gonna be there anyway. Do you want me or not?" So they're like, "Yeah, like let's do it." I did a little seminar, you know, over there, and it was wonderful. It was everything. Oh my God, he's gonna kill me. I wrestled in the main event against Kaimana of Defy, and he's like he goes from Hawaii to Defy and stuff like that, and
Okay. Yeah, I know he is.
it was real. It was really good shit. You know, like, a lot of the folks treated me very different. You know what I mean? And I hate when people treat me like that. I want them to treat me as equals, but they were so nice to me and just like willing to do anything and everything. Like, you want food, you want this, and I was like, can I
Right.
carry? I'm like, no, don't carry my bags. What's wrong with you? I'm from here. You know what I mean?
Right.
Um, and I was just happy. That crowd was amazing. It was a big crowd too. I still got footage of it. It was
Nice.
Action Zone Wrestling in Hawaii. They're not around anymore. It's very hard in Hawaii. They don't have a lot of experienced wrestlers there to train them. So they're just literally watching and trying to do the moves and stuff like that. Now they have Oos Wrestling. Shout out to Bonnie.
Oh shit.
Um,
Ooh.
which I've been trying to get out there for a while, but it's just my time, her time. Like they'll run, I'm out there. I'm not out there, and then when I'm out there,
Right.
they're not running. So it's like it's very hard. But Bonnie's good people, and she's always tried to get me to Hawaii to wrestle and help her team out. But the first time going there, I met my grandpa, who
Oh
I've
shit.
never met in my life. Never. I just announced that I was going there, and somebody reached out to me, was like, "Hey, your grandpa lives in that area. Would you like to meet him?" And I was like, "No, but yeah, okay. I
Oh,
guess
you
I'm
were like,
ready
nah,
for it."
you were
Nah,
kind of you
because
weren't.
I don't know him. I
Oh
don't
yeah,
know him.
okay.
You know what I'm saying? That was my birth mom's dad. So I'm like, I heard all these
Oh
negative things,
yeah,
and
yeah.
I heard this and that, and then all of a sudden, like, the dude pulls up and he looks just like me. I was like,
Oh
oh my,
shit.
I was like, what the fuck is this? So,
Oh,
and he was at my event. He cheered me on, and we hung
that's
out,
what's
and
up. That's what's
he was a
up.
cool cat. And that's the first time he got to see his grandson was wrestling in a ring in blue tights,
Nice.
and he didn't understand. He's like, "Why do you have to wear spandex?" And I said
Yo,
that
yo, check this
that's
out,
what we
man.
do. That's what I do. I'm sorry.
And
He
you're
didn't
headed
understand it.
and you're headed back out to Hawaii again, right?
Yeah, I'm back out there actually in 2 more weeks to go visit, and then I come back, do a little bit of wrestling things around everywhere, and then I go back for GCW Hawaii. We're gonna tear the house down, man. I never. It took me 5 years to reach out to Brett, man. He would never open my DMs, never answer me, leave me on red, all kinds of stuff, and then all of a sudden he was just like, "Hey, I want to run in Albuquerque. Who do I hit up?" And everybody on Twitter was like, "Gino told you so. Gino told you so."
Yeah.
And he came to me. We ran our show. We did good business. He put me against his top baby face. He saw that I could go like hand in hand with this top guy who's very. Oh my God, Jordan Oliver. Salute that man.
Bro, that was a great match.
He is the real deal, man. I was not expecting, because I didn't follow like the GCW thing because I'm like, I'm not in the company. I don't care. Now I got to know what's going on. But
Right.
at the time, Jordan Oliver said he knew me. He's like, you don't remember me? And I was like, no. He's like, I used to be in this company in Arizona. You were, you weren't the nicest, but this is my locker room now. You know what I mean? And I'm like, okay, okay, for sure. And I went in there, we rocked the house, and Brett was like, I'll see you in Denver. And I was like, oh, okay, for sure. We went to Denver, and I wrestled with another guy, and he was just like, as soon as I walked backstage, he was like, Gino, that's 2 for 2, 2 for 2. And I was like, shout out.
Yeah,
All right, cool. And I went to Utah, rocked it with my student, JKM. Shout out to him, Off the Ropes Pro Wrestling in Albuquerque, my school.
that's right. That's
Um,
right.
we rocked out in Utah, and then he's just like, when am I going to see you again? And I was like, I don't know. He's like, Denver? And I was like, yeah, okay, I'm back in Denver. And then the Hawaii thing, he's like, you from the Big Island, right? And I was like, yeah. Okay, we're going to wrestle in Honolulu. You down? And I'm like, I'll be there too. So I'm just like following them wherever we
Right.
go.
Right.
So I wish I could have done this a lot sooner when I was younger. Because I'm a little older. I'm 36 now. From being that 18-year-old kid that started at Santino Bros. Man, the injuries pile up. The ouch, the oohs, the ahs. They hurt now. So I wish I could do what I did back then now. But today I'm a smarter worker, a smarter wrestler. So you
Yeah,
know,
but your skill set in the ring right now is one of the most like you're as a heel, like anybody knows if you're a good heel, you could throw one punch and go out there for 15 minutes as long as you had a mouthpiece. You could actually do that.
yeah,
But your skill set allows you to work light, but it doesn't look light. It's crisp, it's clean, it's
yeah,
there's like it's wrestling. And a lot
yeah.
of people like don't understand like what they're seeing in there. They're just like, wow, this is fucking good. It's like, yeah, but he's also taking care of himself in there because like you
Yeah,
said,
yeah,
like we're at an age right now. But your skill set and the way you present yourself in the ring is GCW quality. You don't have to do all this crazy shit. You can go in there and make easy things look very good. And the way your facials and I try, bro, you're the reason why I tell people, I'm like, hey, like, how do I get
yeah,
over as a heel? Facials, bro. Facials.
yeah, yeah,
Fucking facials, man. You sell it for the face,
yeah,
like sell it for the baby face, like, oh my god, I'm in shock and blah blah blah. And then be
yeah,
sneaky about shit. I'm like, it's all acting.
yeah,
I'm like, and I would tell people, like, watch Gino. He's
yeah.
got some of the dumbest faces on, but
Hmm.
guess what? The
All day.
crowd just hates him more because of it. So
I, and a
I
lot
will.
of people don't like this cat, but I will always give him his roses. And he taught me about the facial thing. Everybody's favorite friend, David Marquez, right? David Marquez would yell in the back, "This is your face. This is how you make money. You cannot make money like this. I need this." Right? He would be always saying that. And I was like, "I know you ain't talking about me." Like, whatever. And everybody was just always commenting, like all the agents, Yuma, all those guys was like, man, keep doing what you're doing. And I was like, my wrestling? And they're like, no, here, keep doing what
Right.
you're doing. And then I got a whole show to myself in Championship Wrestling from Arizona. And man, I think that's the reason why I was the champion for 315 days, nonstop. Man, every week we were doing busting them out them shows, and everybody would just say, "Man, those facials, those faces, this is what's the selling point, And
100%.
yeah, I'm not gonna sit out here and tell you I'm the best worker in the world, a wrestler, but I tell you what, I stole my faces from William Regal. You know what I mean? He had them ugly faces,
He
and I
did.
just
He
took it,
fucking did. Yeah,
And
he
then
did.
I also took a lot from my trainer, which shout out to him, Joey Chaos. No, we are not related. That is not my dad. I'm not his son. Um,
Holy shit. Now that you
but
say it,
he'd
you
be like,
guys have that.
you know, so
Yeah.
like he'd be like, right, Hollywood, you know, the Hollywood version of Joey Chaos and stuff like that. I took all that from him, and I haven't been tanning in like 2 weeks because I'm on vacation. I'm on a little break, but when I'm dark, everybody's like, "That's Joey Chaos's son. That's you guys are kayfabe. Y'all don't want to admit." I'm like, we are not related. I'm an
what's
Alvarez. He's Munoz. We ain't even there, dog. But when we
what's
stand
funny
next to each other,
is
you can
one
see
day
it.
you're gonna look older than him and he's still gonna look 20 fucking
I
5.
swear to God, I just seen him. I was like, man, when do you age?
Never, motherfucker. I
I was
post
like,
that
you don't
picture every year of me and
age.
him from like me and him were on a show together like in 2000 fucking 4 in San
Yeah,
Diego.
yeah.
And it's like, bro, you look the same 20 years later. Like, fuck,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah. I watch all these XPW things, documentaries on Vice. Everybody you can see, time has time waits for no man, and it's taken some time from them. And here's Joey, fuck, like just rambling on. I'm like, this kid. See, look, I'm calling him a kid. This man still looks like a kid.
Yeah, he fucking
Joey
does.
Chaos has no wrinkles, no nothing. His skin is all smooth. You know what I mean? Last time I saw him, his hair was black and he was trimmed out. I was like, bro, I keep trying to pressure him like to have one more match. I'm like, Joey, I ain't never wrestled you. You wrestled Brody King. You wrestled, I ain't gonna say that other guy's name, but you wrestled a few. You know what I'm talking about. You
Yeah.
wrestled all these guys. Yo, give me that one. Just give me that
He even
one guy.
I remember when Kevin Kleinrock called him up for that Rey Mysterio show that we were a part of down in San Diego. Not my show, but Ray had did a show at a high school, and I remember Kevin Kleinrock called him and was like, "Hey, bro, come on, man, for me." And it's like, and he came out, and I remember I didn't even know he was on the card, and I was like, "Wait, Joey?" He's like, "Yeah, what's up?" I'm like, "Wait, are you on the fucking show?" He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "What, dude? Like,
See,
win?" Like, I
see,
literally was like, "Win," because I'm not gonna miss your fucking match, bro. I'm sorry,
yeah,
I'm just not gonna miss this. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. If you can get if you can get Joey out one more time, bro, like I
I've
think you.
tried. I've tried, bro. I've had promoters, money mark promoters, was like, yeah, we'll do it. Tell him he's got the flight. We'll get him his money. We'll do this. And Joey's just like,
Nah.
I don't know, man. I don't want to have to, like he
Yeah,
always
yeah.
tries to be like, I know he wants to, man, but
You like
when the time is right, he'll do it.
you personally would have to wrestle him in LA. Like, you know what I
I
mean?
think so. I
Like at
think
the
so.
LA Rumble, like not like as a part of like an attraction match or something, like you versus him, like a show like that. Like, come on, Joey, one more time. One
I
more
was
time.
supposed to be a part of one of their shows, but I couldn't make it, man. You know what I mean?
Oh
Mongo hit me
shit.
up on a late night on Instagram, and I was like, I can't, dude. Like,
Fuck.
I'm here, and I felt bad. I was a champion somewhere. So imagine being a champion of your show, and I'm like, hey, I can't make it, and you see me pop up because that's how wrestling works. You see me pop
Oh
up at
yeah.
another show, and you be like, oh, okay, that's how we
Fuck,
doing it.
bro. What the fuck?
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know?
yeah. So I felt bad. I was like, oh man, I want to go home so bad, but
Shit.
you
When is
know,
the last time you worked a Santino Brothers show?
gosh, I think
Oh
2010.
wow,
I
really?
don't even, or 2012. I don't remember. It was I wrestled a guy named Dragon or something. I forgot his name. He was dating Nikki A Knockout F whatever. Um, Bruno something now. I don't know what his name is,
Oh
but
shit.
he was a good cat. Shout out to him, but he was a good cat. But I think I did one of their first shows in I think the same spot they're doing it in now. I don't know, but I went out there and I wrestled for them. But I just been I relocated to the Southwest, so like I think I was like I did everything. I wrestled everybody I wanted to do. Whatever whoever I wanted to wrestle in the West Coast. I was like, I'm gonna do this thing in the Southwest, and I've been tearing it up over here, and then I went to the Midwest, tear it up over there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm just traveling everywhere and anywhere. Went to Mexico and Juarez, tore it up over there.
How was
You
that?
know, it was good. One wrestler was mad at me once. Wanted to fight me for real. So I don't know. You know. So what it is a lot of folks they can't separate the character from the person, and I don't know
Mm.
what it is that does it for them. Our favorite friend David Marquez was like, man, like you gotta stop being one, and be the other, and then somebody else is like, you gotta make two different social medias, be Seville Alvarez on that one, and then be Gino Rivera on this one, and I was like, all right. I tried everything and it still doesn't work because every city, every state that I go to, every country I go to, there's somebody that's looking at me sideways and they want smoke. And I'm just like, hi, how are you? I'm nice. And they're like, they confuses them because they're like, well, I thought he was about it. And this, and I'm like, that's
Like
just a character, big dog. You wanna go get a Pepsi with me, or you wanna go sit down and talk about this match? You know, you want some nerds? You know what I mean?
oh, you
Like,
got some nerves,
I
bro?
got some nerds. I got some.
Oh
I got some nerds.
man.
But like, bro, these folks they take wrestling way too seriously, and they take my character so seriously. And I think that's
I
what stands out is people don't know when they book me, they don't know what to believe. Like, oh my gosh, like they're on edge. I've sat in cars where the guy that picked me up from the airport is just scared to talk to me, and I'm like, you can say something to me. You're not
right?
gonna like, are you? What what's up?
I'm not really a Puerto Rican pit bull. Like
No, man, like
I'm not gonna bite you,
I'm a
bro.
good dude, you know what I mean? Like I buy kids food, and they're like, "Oh, I wasn't expecting you to be this nice." I said, "Why?" And they're like, "Well, I see all on social media." And I'm like,
That's social fucking media, guy. Like
"You
I,
you know,
I had
you
some people at
know,
the FCW show. The when we brought you out for the FCW versus One Ring Circus.
yeah."
Um, I had a handful of guys come up to me and be like, "Yo, man, Gino's really nice," and I was like, "What did you really expect? Like, what the like? I'm the asshole here. Like, I'm the one who talks shit. Like, I don't bring in people like me. That's fucking dumb. You know what
Hmm.
I mean? Like
Hmm.
that. So, but they're like, no, man, he's really nice. I'm like, yeah, and I swear to God, I'm like, yeah, because he's not a wrestler. He's a professional wrestler. And they looked at me like, oh, yeah, there's a difference. There's actually
Oh
a
yeah,
difference, guys. Sorry, but there's
oh
a
yeah.
difference. There's a
I had
huge
one.
difference.
I had one cat there at that show that swears to God he hates my guts, and I try to be so nice. And I saw him by himself, and I just kept getting near him and near him and near him and near him, and just trying to see if he would talk to me. He would not talk to me, and I said, "Okay, one day, one day." I ain't gonna pressure him and all that, but I already know he felt uncomfortable with me being there. But I was just trying to be cool, man. Bro, I'm 36 years old. I ain't got no time to beef with you or anybody else. I got so many good things happening to me that anything distracting that, bro, that's a setback. You know what I mean? So I'm like, don't get it wrong. I'll still fuck you up or I'll tempt you,
Don't
but
get it twisted.
I
Yeah.
do not want to.
Right.
I
Right.
don't
I
want.
don't
I do
want
not.
to do the
I don't
shit.
want to be. I don't want to go to jail in San Diego, and I definitely don't want to go to jail in Oklahoma City. I do not want to. But don't
Hell
get it
no.
fucked up. You know what I mean? I try to be cool as a cucumber. I'm a lot older now, a lot wiser. It's true what they say. When you get older, you kind of double think and be like, man, I could do this to you, but I ain't. But I ain't. But I'm gonna let my little homie get. I'm gonna let my little homie get at you because he's about it like that. So, but man, it's so crazy in wrestling. I love wrestling so much. I just hate the people in it sometimes. That's all. You know.
Hey man, I trust me. I hate a lot of motherfuckers. I have a question. You've gone. You changed your name a lot. Okay, and
Jesus
that's
Christ.
and
Yes.
and it's not and it wasn't one of those like. And I hate to use. not that I hate to use that as excuse because I don't like him, but like it wasn't the Darrell effect. Like you know how Darrell was always changing his shit because
I don't
he
know
was,
what's his name today.
like I'm trying to be this and I'm trying to be that. I know you were given names at
Yes.
certain promotions, and then
Yes.
you started off as a certain name, and then you went as Seville Alvarez
Yeah.
as your shoot name,
Yeah.
and then there was Hate Breed Ricky Barrera. I love Hate Breed was one of my favorite names that you had because like it fit you. Like Hate Breed just fits you. You know what I mean?
Shout out to
And
Sage Sin.
and but my question is, you got the Gino Rivera name because you teamed up with Danny Limelight Rivera, which is that's his real last name. Okay,
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
hey, this is
Yeah.
anyway,
There it is. There it is. There it
and
is.
there it is. But my question is, what made you stick with someone else? And I'm not trying to disrespect. It's just what made you stick with someone else's name
I,
after the fact.
I get this question often, so I already have the answers for you.
All right,
Let me just backtrack a little bit. I started off as the Rookie 88.
right.
That was my first wrestling name. How I got that was they said, how when were you born? And I was like 1988, and they're like, there you go, you're a rookie and you're born in 1988. The Rookie 88, that's your name. And I was like, okay, I'm an 80s character, and I was nothing 80s about me. Um, Other than that, I wrestled under a hood, got knocked out, took my mask off. Then the Seville the Thrill gimmick came where I used to rap with Mongo, my trainer. We used to just freestyle. Just he'd be like, "Yo, what up, Seville the Thrill? Down for the kill? Catch you under the hill? Put you, And I was just like,
Right.
"Oh, okay, he's rapping, okay." And I just took that. So every time he'd see me, Mongo Santino would go, "Seville the Thrill," and I just took it, ran with it. Then I added Alvarez because I was like, man, that name's whack. I'm gonna go into my real name, which is a big mistake. But that's not even my real name. So see you later, suckers. Um, Remember, I said I was adopted, so I have an adopted name
that
and then
mother
a suit name, and that
this
ain't my
motherfucker's name is
name.
Jim.
I swear to God, y'all wouldn't understand. I'm gonna have to text you after the show what my real name is.
Okay.
But um, but yeah, so I went under that, and then I got into like hardcore wrestling with UEW and all those Andre Verdun fellas and stuff, and they're like, we don't want the Seville the Thrill Alvarez, we don't want the rookie, we want our own name. And have you heard of Hate Breed the band? And I'm like, do I look like I listen to Hate Breed the band, dog? Like, no, like I don't know what that is. And then they're just like, okay, well, we're gonna name you Ricky Barrera. And I was like, I fucking hate that name. What? Was like, Ricky, how cool is that, Ricky? Whatever. Barrera, what? It was a take it or leave it thing. So I took it, got a real
Right.
big push out of it, made the best out of it. Got hurt, and then right before I was about to get to TV, David Marquez hits me up and goes, "I got something for you. It's a once in a lifetime opportunity. You either take it or leave it." And I was like, "I'll take it." And and then he presented me. He was like, "Okay, we got this other Puerto Rican boy. you know, he's very green, and we see big things with you two. Like you'll put him under your wing, and you guys are gonna be cousins." And I was like, "Who?" And they're like, "Danny Limelight Rivera." And I said, "Hell no, nah! I don't want to be in any tag teams. I hate factions. I don't want to do none of that." And I was like, "No, I don't want to do that, man." And they're like, "You take it or leave it." And I was like, "Fuck, is this my only way to get on TV?" And they was like, "Pretty much." And I was like, and at the time I was young, I didn't know what TV
Right.
really was, right? So I was like, "Oh my gosh, I want to be on TV." Ended up going, "Okay, I'll do it." And we started figuring out names and stuff like that. And Yuma was like, you know, here's a list of names that I want you guys to go by, but I also want you guys to create your own names and stuff like that. So I came up with a bunch of it, like Enrique, uh,
Jesus.
Vasquez, all kinds of weird names. But the one that I loved was my grandpa's name, whose name was El Gino, and
Mm.
I was like El Gino and Danny Vasquez, and they didn't like the Vasquez. They liked the El Gino, but they're like that's kind of hard to like say on commentary and say on the mic. So what if we cut the LU and just call you Gino? And I was like, yeah, that's cool. I mean, everybody calls my grandpa Gino for short anyway.
Right.
And then I was like, what's the last name? I came up with all these last names. Hernandez. They said they got a Gino Hernandez in real life,
Oh
which is
shit.
shout out to the real wrestler. But I was just trying to come up with all the Latin names we could. And then they're like, Danny was like, what about Rivera? And they're like, that's it. Love it. Gino and Danny Rivera, the Los
Yeah,
Primos
yeah.
Rivera. And I was just like, okay, well, I guess. And we had a really good run, and
Right.
it was fun. It was what it was. And then we split up. You know what I mean? I moved, and I wanted to be a singles wrestler. I was just like, I'm not having fun as a like a tag team guy. It was cool to experience, but I was like, I'm
Right.
selfish. I need my own spotlight. I don't like sharing. I'm greedy. That's
Hey
me.
man, I
And
respect you.
we're trying to find out what we could do. And then I just kept the name Gino, and then like I don't know, everybody would be they on the mic, they just be like Gino Rivera, and I'm like, no, 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 it's just Gino, it's just Gino, Gino, and they just kept announcing it everywhere you go on the flyers, Gino Rivera, just everything, and I was like, fuck, that's not my name, you know what I mean? Like I'm about to take this shit back to rookie '88, I don't know,
Fuck it.
yeah. And then my partner from word of mouth, I heard had a problem with me using his last name, and I said it wasn't me. Like I didn't want to be Rivera in the first place. That was your name. So I changed my name to Gino TYS, and then Gino told you so, just so that people wouldn't get it fucked up. I was anytime they announced it, or I was like, nah, change that flyer, or I grabbed the mic. No, it's Gino TYS. Told you so. And then just over time, it's just people just was like, Gino told you so, Rivera, and I was like, God damn, man, y'all don't fucking listen. You know what I mean? But
I will never say Rivera ever again.
I try not to use it. If anybody ever pays attention, look at my name right here. Oh,
Gino
right
told you
here.
so.
You don't see Rivera right here, do you? Shout out to Danny, but like, like I just didn't want his last name. And then I
Right.
started hearing the jokes of like, he need my last name, or, what kind of man takes another man's last name? Ain't they this? Ain't they? And I'm like, oh my gosh. So
I hope
that's
that's
why I
not coming
came
from
up.
him personally.
It came from others around him, and then I heard from him, but we spoke, and he never said that. He said so. Like I don't know what to believe. All I know is I just didn't want the last name, and I said, "Stop calling me that." You
Right.
know what I mean? I even had an ex girlfriend named Rivera, and I was like, I don't want her to think I'm a psycho stalker, that I ain't over her. And I'm like, no, I'm gonna
Right.
be with
Right.
you. If I dated Celine Dion, I'm gonna be like Dion. Just no, I didn't want it. I didn't even want the last name in the first place. So I just, like I said, anytime you address me, it's Gino told you so. That's it. What's your name? Gino. First name Gino, last name told you so. That's it. There ain't no Rivera. I'm not a Rivera. I'm not related. He ain't my real cousin. We ain't friends. We ain't none of that. He's just him, and I'm him. That's it. You know what I mean? So that's the
So
story.
this flyer is no good, y'all.
I didn't even see the Rivera. All I see is the picture, and I'm like, I'm on it.
We'll just go like
Promote.
this. We'll just put your hand up and cover up that part.
Yes, yes. But I mean, I always see flyers with Rivera on it, and it's cool. It don't bother me, but I know it bothers him. I think it bothers him because
Mhm.
that's his name. You know what I mean? And I don't want to take nobody's last name.
Right, 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 right.
I'm not using your last name to get money or make money. Like I make my own money. I'm
So
still
you're
making money.
so Gino Hogan is not in the cards.
Gino Savage is better.
Gino
You can Gino
Gino
Savage,
Savage.
Gino might be a,
Oh shit.
something,
Gino
but
the Rock Austin.
Gino the Rock Austin is what you can call me, but you cannot call me Gino Rivera anymore.
Don't call him
But
that.
I just, for me, like I said, I don't want his last name. He can have that. That's his. He's
Right.
born a Rivera, whatever. Cool. I don't even think he goes by. I think he just goes by Danny Limelight.
Yeah, some shit like that.
So, whatever, but I don't want your last name. I don't want his last name, whatever.
What is he
That's
going?
the thing.
He just goes by that, right? Danny
I
off the gas limelight.
I don't even know, man. I haven't talked to dude in a while. We were good, and I think he's mad at me again. I don't fucking
Nah, who
know.
cares?
So I don't do nothing to him. I I just remember the kid that was in my car, and I was in his car, and our daughters would play together, and that's how I want to remember you, Danny. I don't want to remember anything else other than what I went through with him and what I know about him, but I don't want to know anything going further. That's it. I hope he's doing good and I wish him well. That's it. I ain't got nothing else to say about that
Fireworks.
man.
Can we get some
That's it.
fireworks?
Oh shit. How do we do it? Like
Fireworks,
this?
I guess.
Like this? My thumbs are all crooked.
Yay,
There we go.
fireworks.
See? I wish him well. I pray for him and I hope he's happy in life and just I don't know.
That's that,
Leave me alone, I'll leave you alone. That's it.
and that's I try to be like that with people in this business. Like, hey man, leave me alone. I'll leave you alone. But if you antagonize me, I'm sorry. You've known me for years. I'm
Hmm.
like, I'm
You
done sitting back and not saying something. It's like, okay, bro, I'm
I
too
try, but I
old.
always get in trouble.
I'm too old to fight you. So just let me just dead all this
Yeah.
shit. You want to go
Yeah.
public? I'll go public too. Fuck
Yeah.
it.
See,
You
I
know?
try to, but then I always end up being the bad guy.
Nah.
I always end up being the guy that takes it too far. I always be end up being the guy that's, you did this for clicks and likes and shit. And I'm like, man, you came at me.
For
I'm
real.
over here eating my fucking nerds, minding my own business, watching forensic files, and I got a DM and an at and a mention of somebody slandering my name. So I always go like, man, I ain't got time for that. I'm such on a positive level, but man, that demon keeps coming in like anytime you're ready to jump, we ready to jump, and
I feel
I'm
that.
like, man, I'm
I
just like,
feel that.
I don't want to.
And don't, and don't do it, man.
Man,
You don't need to. And at the same time though, like it does, we're men. We're real men. It's like sometimes like,
mm,
bro, we put in hard work and you don't want people sitting there like poking at you and shit. Like it's like, hey, bro,
no,
mind your fucking business.
right,
Like yeah, like it doesn't bother me, but at the same time, it bugs me a little bit to just know
yeah.
that like why in the fuck, like, bro, shut the fuck up. Like I've had to tell several people, hey, bro, shut the
No.
fuck up. Just get
You
the
can
fuck.
relate. You can relate, and I know this eats a hole in your heart when you go, all these cats that you fucking help, forget. And to me, I've helped so many cats that I didn't have to go online and tell everybody I helped them, rather it be advice, bookings, money, rides, work, getting you a job, getting you into the business, putting you in front of the right people that I really wanted to be in front of, and now you shining and I'm not, or whatever it is. They just seem to fucking forget, and it'll
Mhm.
always, to me, I always take that as like the sign of disrespect. Like, you motherfucker, you don't know how much I stuck up for you and how much I took bullets for you when people would
Effort,
say this and
effort.
that. And I'm like, no, this is my man or this is my homegirl. Don't say that about her. Don't say that about him. Don't say this about my promoter. And they just forget. And then when it's time to bash on Gino, here they are. And I'm like,
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying? Like I just literally had to go and shut shit down with another wrestler there in California a few weeks ago. And I don't even want to say his name. He knows who he is, but we're gonna see each other and it's gonna be a different vibe because it it's stupid what people say online, and then when you call them and be like, why are you doing that? Are you an idiot? You know what I mean? Like, do you know I could fucking make sure you don't wrestle in your 5-state radius? Like, please don't do that.
Right.
Stop it.
And that's people need to understand that too. When you work a lot like this man right here, it comes with a little bit of pull. Believe it or not, like he'll. I don't think you'll ever do some shit like that.
Never,
But
never.
if you came to me and be like, "Yo, these 5 dudes are not good," I wouldn't even question it. That's just the
Mm-mm.
type of respect I have for you.
I
But it's
appreciate that.
also like you wouldn't do that to people who deserve
No.
it. You know what I mean? Like, and you really
Yeah.
could. And when guys like you work that way, a lot of promoters will take what you say into consideration because one,
Oh
you're
yeah.
out there working for us.
There you
And
go.
that's a main thing. And when you got a hater who's not working for you, hey, bro, you're out the door quick. It's
Uh,
like, but
I got like 9 belts in my closet, man, okay? Just hanging there, just sitting there. There's a reason why. I'm trustworthy and they're gonna take my word over yours, you know what I mean? Because I don't do any stupid shit online. But it's just stuff that I just I don't get, man. I'm like, y'all don't remember this is the person you're talking to. Don't get online
mhm.
and act stupid. I don't do that with you. You know, I, mean, I
I've
don't
I've
take no
had
cheap shots. I don't do
I've
all
had
that.
numerous people just like forget what I've done. It's like, bro, like I'm not
Yeah,
trying to look for my
I've
flowers or
seen it.
anything, but it's like, hey, bro, like I could literally point at a few of you and be like, you will not have been where you're at if it weren't
If it
for my.
wasn't for me,
I'm sorry, but
yeah,
like you had zero eyes on you until I said, all right, come aboard. I got you.
yeah,
Let me
yeah.
push you. Let me get you down to Mexico. Let me get you on the crash. Let me fucking help. You know what I mean? Let me buy you a
Hmm.
title. Let me fuck, like fuck,
Oh man, see, and that's what I don't like. And you know what I mean. I just for me, I just go. You know what, man, you forget, but I don't. You know what I'm saying? And one day, maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but one day you can come to me and you can go, "Hey, I fucked up," and I'm gonna tell you, yeah, you did. And now you name the times that I did you dirty because I didn't. I won't ever do
Right.
that. I don't have that. No one can say I've done them dirty because I don't do shit like that. I've had guys, we're good now, but guys like Chris Cadillac try to hold me down, man. Tell every promoter that I was not ready. You know what I mean? I wasn't gonna make it. I didn't know this. I didn't know that. Man, I was 2 months in the game. Of course, I wasn't ready. I was, right?
Right.
But we've made up since, and love Cadillac. I talked to him a few days ago, and just stuff like that. I remember stuff like that.
Right.
But I was taught differently. I was taught to by my trainer, rest in peace, Supreme, the late Supreme. I was like, he said, all these cats, right? All these people that did you dirty, right? Your job is to show them how not to be what they were, right? So if they kicked you in the mud, if they were slandering you online, one day they're gonna need you. They're gonna ask for help, and you're gonna be like,
Mm-hmm.
"Yeah, man, I got you." And they're gonna be like, "Man, why
Mm-hmm.
are you so nice to me?" Because I don't gotta be you. I don't gotta be you, man. And I may not be in the AEW locker rooms and TNA and WWE and whatever other locker rooms there is to be, but you can come back down one day and you can see the people that you was kicking in the mud and you can be like, hey, guess what? We meet again. You know what I'm saying? And my job is
Mm-hmm.
to go, hey, I know you treated me shitty, but I ain't gonna treat you shitty. I'm gonna treat you how you should have treated me. And that's the thing, that's the sizzle on the steak for them, right? That's the thing that they gotta live with and they gotta go, yeah, man, I'm sorry I fucked up. I was so
Mm-hmm.
horrible to you. And now why are you being so nice to me? Because I don't gotta be you. You understand? And that eats them alive even worse than fucking me going
Oh
back and
yeah.
forth on Twitter and talking smack on interviews and yeah. I don't gotta do all that. Everybody has my number. I haven't changed my number in 20 years. You know
Jesus.
where to you know where to find me. You know where to text me. I have the same number. I will never change my number. I'll never block people. I don't do that. But I love to get on the phone and hash it out and figure out what happened. And ain't
Right.
nobody calling. Ain't nobody calling yet, but they
Ain't no,
will.
hey,
And
ain't
I'm gonna
nobody
pick
calling me
up.
yet.
I'm gonna pick up and I'm gonna be like, yo, you made men's with me. Now go make men's with Gus. Go call him now. So there's
Yeah,
one cat that got outed, you know what I mean? And he knows who he is, and he didn't treat me so nice, and I'm still waiting for that call and that apology. And I hope it comes one day. You know what I'm saying? Because man, shit sucks when you're on the outside looking in now. You know what I
oh
mean?
yeah.
So,
Oh
right?
yeah. I've man, trust me, I have definitely gone like this and just like, and there goes that. Oh, there goes
Yeah,
him.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
And that. Wait, hang
Mhm.
on.
Yeah.
Psych. You know what I mean?
Right,
Like,
right,
but
right.
I've seen a lot of people on the way down, and it's like, hey man, like I didn't do nothing but help you, and like
Hmm.
you jump on this gravy train of like, let's just bash people, and like, hey, I'm very accused of doing that. Like, if you've seen any of the previous podcasts, people are on me. Like, I've lost tons of friends over these podcasts, and at this point, it's like I don't give a fuck anymore, bro. If you don't
I
have thick
saw it.
skin, if you don't have
I
thick skin
saw
in
it.
this, yeah, like
I
it is what it
saw it,
is, man.
bro.
It is what it is, bro. Like some people just need to hear the truth. You don't think, like, guys, like you don't think I've had my mentors really come in here like, Gus, what the fuck are you doing? You're a fucking moron. And it's like, okay, like that's where I come from. I'm sorry. That's just how I deliver my shit. You know what I mean? So
I get it
when
to
it,
this day. I get a text going, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "I didn't even. I just responded. What you take it down? All right,
I
and I
don't have any,
respect those
yeah, it's
folks.
and in this business, I don't have any OGs and I don't have any trainers and shit. So it's like I don't have any of those guys. The people that took me under the wing was guys like Conan, You know what I mean? He wasn't soft about shit.
Man,
I sat with Eddie Sharkey before. He ain't soft about shit. Like these guys
yeah,
ain't soft, you know. So it's like I'm not soft with these people, and they get upset when I tell them the truth. And it's like, all right, man, I'm sorry, but wrestling's a business. It's not like we're
yeah,
not a fucking clubhouse, you know. It's a fucking business. Like,
right.
uh, are you in this to not make money? Or are you in this to make some money?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
You
mean, that's the
know.
goal is, right? Like, I got enough friends, dog. I don't need no more friends. I'm trying to obtain TV time or get in front of the right people to put me on TV, to bring back money to my family, to put them in a better situation. That is always my answer when they ask me. And I've had tryouts, okay? Legit tryouts. None of this bullshit tryouts. I've had tryouts where they ask me, why do you want to be here? Why do you want to work for WWE? Why do you want to work for us in AEW? Well, this is the situation. My family is at a desperate need to get out of the situation that they've been in for like 40, 50 years. And I'm the best one they got. I'm the only one on the front line that can actually do something to change their lives because ain't nobody else got it. And I figured, everybody else here is going to tell you, oh, it's been my dream, it's my passion, and it's fuck all that. It's
Hmm.
everybody's dream and everybody's passion, but I got a family to feed, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
And I want to take people that are fucked up in my family that ain't got nothing to live for and give them something. And I
That's right.
can't do that right now. I can only do what's best for my immediate family, but if I could, man, if I was making even fucking I don't even know, top tier one money. You know what I
Right.
mean? I would love to have a tier one contract, and just put a little bit of money in my brother's pockets, my mom's pockets, anybody, somebody. That's what I always tell people. But let me rewind real quick. You said Conan, and dude got at me on Twitter. Um,
That's
remember that
funny,
match
man.
I had with me and Peter where we did the whole, it was your idea. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? We
the dance
we
off.
did the dance off.
Yeah.
And he came backstage after that match, and I remember him, and he goes, "You two, contact me. I'll bring you guys to Mexico for a crash." Crash was a big thing at the time. I
Yeah.
think it still is now. I don't know. I'm not in Cali. Is
At that
Crash a big
time,
thing still?
it's still running, it's still good,
Still
but
going? Still
it had the
going?
bigger hype when
Right.
we're.
It was more like a GCW before GCW to me.
Excuse me.
And I remember Conan coming up to me and Peter and going, "You two contact me after, we'll get you down to Mexico. We'll bring you to the crash. Love what I saw." And I looked at Peter, Peter looked at me, and we were like, fuck, this is our time, right? And for a whole year, bro, we was deep, 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 deep on Facebook, just
Should have got to
dear
me, bro. Should
Dear
have did it to
Carlos,
me.
dear Carlos, I did not even snap. Literally to this very day, till you just told me that right now, I didn't even think to go to you. But we was deep, 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 deep doing all this, trying to get his attention, and he faved us hard. And I was like, "Hey, Pete, you got anything?" He's like, "No, he ain't answering his DMs." And then somebody's like, "Conan he's not even on Facebook, dude. Like, he has a Facebook, but he doesn't go on it,
No, he don't fuck with that at all. This Facebook or
right?"
anything. Yeah.
So I didn't think anything of it. And then I did an interview after I did like an AEW shot. It was with like AEW Italia or whatever. And I was like, ain't nobody gonna pay attention to this. Nobody fucking looks at AEW Italia or Italian, whatever.
Right.
And they're like, oh, with all the cool moves you did, Conan must be one of your favorite wrestlers. And I was like, Scott! I said, hell no, he ain't my favorite wrestler. And I got in his ass. I was like, matter of fact, that motherfucker favored me. He told me he'd bring me to Mexico. I was just talking all this shit because I was angry.
Right. Right.
Well, I didn't think twice that this fucking publication was gonna at Conan on, on Twitter. And on Twitter, Conan gets at me and he goes, "Hey, if you think you're so much of a superstar, if you think that highly of yourself, then why aren't you signed?" He goes, and I was like, "Oh man, it's just me probably being lazy. Da da da. I just bowing my head. He's an OG. He tell it like it is."
Right.
And then I was trying to be cool, like, okay, one and done. And then he kept coming at me, and he was like,
Ah.
"There's 10 different promotions out in the world, and you're not signed to one of them. So how good really are you?" And I was like, "Hey, you right, you right. Thanks, OG. I appreciate you. Thank you. No problem." And he just kept coming, and I was like, "God damn." And like everybody was paying attention, and I was getting moted on Twitter. And I was like, "Oh man." So I offered an apology. He didn't really care for it, but he was just like, "Don't do that." And I was like, but man, you said you was gonna bring me to Mexico. He goes, I don't give a
Right,
fuck.
right.
I tell everybody I'm gonna bring them to Mexico. Doesn't mean everybody's coming. And I was so upset that I
Oh,
was getting embarrassed online on Twitter and everything. And Conan,
I didn't
you
even know
know,
that, bro. You should have, man.
it was
Like
right after that show he was gonna bring me to the crash, and he never did. And I just
you
took
should
that
have
shit to
got.
heart.
You should have like, hey, Gus, Mister American liaison between the crack. Like, bro, I was
I had it.
literally the American. Like, I booked the Young Bucks. I'm
Yeah,
the one who got the Young Bucks there. Conan came to me and was like, hey, can you make this happen? I said, well, I mean, all it is a phone call. You know, like they're
yeah,
either going to
yeah,
say yes or no. But what
yeah.
I'm saying is, you saw how many people when I was working with the crash. You saw how many people were down there,
Yeah, I was like, there's something going on there, like, but I never. Oh my god, I'm so stupid.
dude. I
I
had one of
never
my
thought to go
titles
through you.
defended on that show. You know what I mean? But I I remember you saying something. I remember like I remember you saying something like that, and it was like way after the fact. But dude, if you would have been like, "Yo, Conan said he was gonna get me down," I would have just went to Nacho and be like, "Yo, bro,
See,
you know, like
man,
we got one for you." And they probably would have put you in like like a multi-man match or something like that. But
it don't
they
matter. I'm on the
they
card, bro.
bro in front of 50,000, bro. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
we did big things down there in Mexico. It was fun. We had a hell of fun. Well, I had fun when I was down there, but I would have got, bro. You would have been fuck. You would have been so over, man.
man,
Willie Mack used to come out and challenge everybody in like a dance off and shit, and he would have
yeah.
the whole fucking crowd just like,
What they call him out there?
oh,
I'm
oh,
thinking of Sean Black because they call him Chocolate, but what do they call Willie? The
uh,
Hispanic folks.
uh,
Chocolate Thunder, not
yeah, it's
Chocolate
chocolate.
Thunder,
No, it's like chocolate thunder or some
Chocolate
shit.
Rain or something like that. Yeah.
Fuck.
Shout out to Willie. He was one of them cool cats that was always nice to me. Always.
Man, Willie Mack was definitely one of my favorite wrestlers, like in
I never
Southern
wrestled him
California.
ever.
Shut the fuck up.
Never wrestled Willie Mack.
What?
There's a lot of cats that I never wrestled. It's because I've been a heel for 15 out of 16 years. So
Right.
like you would think, okay, Willie Mack, Gino Rivera, whatever,
Nah,
like
never happened, huh?
never happened, never
Wow.
happened. There's been so many SoCal talent, California talent that I just never wrestled, part of that was my fault too. I was too busy, wrestling in like poor LA promotions and shit like that I shouldn't have. I had no business wrestling and stuff like that, and listening to guys like Mr. California and
Oh my
telling
god,
me
did you ever work for Marvin?
I have, bro. It still owes me $40.
Hey Marvin, we're gonna need that $40,
I'm gonna
bro.
need that.
Hey,
This
Mr.
cat told
California,
me.
you $40 debt right now, my boy.
This cat told me. He goes, If you listen to me, I'm the reason the Young Bucks are where they're at. And I'll get you there. And I was a young kid, so I was like, and
You
bro, he would book me on the show. I'd wrestle, and then I'd be like, hey, can I get paid? He's like, the next one. I was like, okay. Wrestle on his other shows. Like, hey, you said you were paying me for the next week. Me and Eli Everfly, we want our money. Oh, the next one. Oh man. Oh, I lost my $40, bro. I'll get you on the next one, doggy. And then, bro, it was like, that's it. I'm gonna need my money the next show. And he'd be like, I don't got it, bro. And I started getting mad. I was like, fuck that. I need my fucking money. He's like, oh snap, bro. You getting mad, bro. Oh snap. And he's like, here, I got your money, bro. And I'm like, that's for like 2 shows. I still need my other money. I'm a broke ass kid right now. I need something, and it never worked out. So
fucking Marvin. That dude is a piece of shit, man. He still is a piece of shit. He's still throwing piece
he's
of shit shows. I don't
he
understand how
still
some
does his
promoters,
little jabs on my Instagram time and time. And I'm like,
bro. He told
whatever.
me one time he told me he's like fuck FCW, the fucking fake ass Lucha Underground. I'm like, what? What? Fake ass Lucha Underground, bro. You wish you could book half the fucking guys I had. He's like, shit.
Wow. Bro, this cat wanted to do deathmatch shit with me when I was a young kid, and I was like, I don't do that, bro.
Fucking
I'm good. Something I always wanted to ask, because I see the fellow on your podcast often.
God,
Andrew, is it Alcina? What is his name?
Pacina,
Pacina.
Pacina.
That cat ain't fond of me, ain't he?
I don't think so. I don't know
No,
why. I mean, you're. It's. I don't even think it's just you're on the list of.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah, and like, look, I've
I
been good
never
with
met him.
Andrew. Yeah, I've been good with Andrew for a long time, and I don't ever care about who he dislikes or like. We crack jokes on certain people and certain things, but he's mentioned you before, and it's like, and I know he's not afraid to say why. It's like it's he's a couple of years ago it was the same thing. It's your the persona that you have. It's like, bro, it's a fucking. And I've
It's
told
a
him like
work, bro.
it's a work. Goddamn, you're like, well, it's just he's always posting. I'm like, that's his job, bro. Like
I'm a
that's
promoter. I'm a self promoter. I'm a hustler. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't know the guy at all. Like, I never met the fella. I maybe he has met me. I don't know. I don't remember. But I just see him going in on
fuck
everybody, and
Andrew,
I'm
man.
like,
He'll see this.
I was
Fuck
like, why?
Andrew.
Why? I was like, man, why you hate everybody, man? You know,
He's
you,
some he's just like I've told him this, and he like me and him have had our rebuttals. It's like, bro, like sometimes you just need to shut the fuck up, Andrew. Like it's he's just like shut up, bro. Like like why
I
are you
think if
so
he chilled
mad
with
at
me,
him?
he'd like me, man. I think if he chilled with me, he'd be like, yeah, he ain't that dude. You know what I mean? So,
Right,
but
and
I
it's
don't know.
like
I've never met the dude, but I hope he's well. I don't know.
he's
You
all
know,
right.
he's all right.
He just can't drive for shit, and he's always paranoid about things. He's But I mean, I love Andrew to death because like we've bonded over other things out of wrestling, and like he's always been upfront with me. He's never pussyfooted around shit. He's like when he was doing the reviews and stuff, he gave bad reviews on FCW, and I wasn't the one who was like, "Yo, why? Why are you
That's
trashing my show?"
yeah.
They
I think that's
they
where I first heard his name
so
as a
yeah,
reviewer or something.
I was reviewing our shows, and then what happened was is how me and him ended up talking is somebody had blamed me for paying a wrestler in weed because a wrestler went back and was like, "Yeah, Gus gave me weed." It's like that's what you asked for.
Yeah, you asked for that,
I
bro.
told you I'd give you like $40, and you said, "Hey, I'm gonna spend it on weed anyway. Can you give me some weed?" And I said, "Here's more for your
Yeah,
money."
bro. Yeah, let me hold on.
So that got out, and it's like, "Oh, Gus is paying guys in weed." It's like, no, that's what he wanted, and so one of their SoCal Uncensored guys came at me online, and I was like, "Hey," so I hit up Andrew. I was like, "Hey, man, like, what's up? Like, can we
Yeah,
talk? Like, can I at least tell my side of the story? I'm not mad at you guys, but can I tell my side of why he got paid in weed?" And so from then on, me and him were just like good. He just, was always straightforward with me. And I was like, "Hey, bro, I don't give a fuck what you write about my show as
yeah,
long as my crowd keeps increasing." And you were there for dude, you watched the rebrand of FCW go
yeah,
from
yeah.
30, 40 people in that gym to we were doing 400, 500 people.
Oh my, I still have videos of it. So yeah,
We had
definitely.
good times, man. What
I broke my jaw at your show, right?
twice, right?
I no, the first one was at Santino Bros in practice. Uh, the second one was at St. Sim. Yeah, was
Oof.
2015. I couldn't see a doctor for 2 hours after the show, and then I couldn't see a doctor for about a week or two after that. It was a nightmare, but it was an accident.
I
I don't
I
hold St. Sim responsible for that at all. It's fucking wrestling, dude.
I definitely there's definitely clear footage of when it happens and how it happens,
I saw it. I see it.
Uh
I can.
you see her
I still, to this day, I'm numb from my nostril down here, all the way here, up to my ear, right under here, all numb. It doesn't feel the same. All the nerves are all fucked up.
Are you
So
serious?
like, yeah, yeah, they knocked out all my teeth.
Oh wow.
See,
Damn.
what happened? Basically, I was chilling on the rope. She came down. She's supposed to open her knees, and two knees went right here, and it popped my shit inside to the left. And I just remember hearing and and next thing you know, I'm chewing on my teeth like gum, and I'm like, what the fuck? And I don't like the taste of blood in my mouth, but that shit tasted like oil, or I don't know what it was, man. I was just in a
Pennies.
bucket,
Tastes
just
like a bunch of
spitting,
pennies.
just spitting all my teeth out, and I was like, fucking, no one knew my jaw was broken, and I don't know. I just remember just having this trash can or whatever and just spitting my teeth out. I was like, and my jaw couldn't close. It was like that. Instead of being like this, shit was like this. You know what I
Ugh.
mean? So I was like, oh my God, I think I broke my jaw. And I swear to God, I tell people I'd rather dislocate my shoulder twice than break my jaw. Like that was the most pain I've ever been,
And then
you
you
know.
probably couldn't eat for a while and shit
Oh
too.
yeah.
Uh,
I had my jaw sewn shut again, wired shut. And then,
mm.
I cut my wires out myself because I couldn't take another Pizza Hut commercial. You know what I mean? That's
Oh my god.
I was slurping things through a straw, and I took like a couple weeks off of wrestling and stuff like that. And then I saw my last Pizza Hut commercial. I went to Home Depot, bought me one of them scissor looking things, and I was in my car in the mirror, and I was just like click, 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 click. And when I did it, the metal holds the gums together. So when I did it, it was like loose, 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 and then my jaw just went. And I was like, oh shit, oh shit. I was like, oh no, no, whatever. But I had a pizza right on the passenger side of my car. I was like, I'm devoted to eating this shit. And I fucking cut it, cut it, cut it, cut it. And I just remember just eating pizza in my car in the Home Depot. Just I was so hungry because
Yeah.
I was chopping up mashed potatoes and insures and just meat and just putting them in a blender and slurping. And if anybody ever ate steak through a slurp, like a straw, oh
Not the
my
business.
gosh,
Not
it
the
was
fucking business.
it was like, oh, it was the worst. And I just will never forget that. But of course, the jokes came around where Gino Rivera's got a glass jaw.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
remember.
yeah,
I
yeah.
remember.
I got a titanium jaw on both sides because first time I broke one side. They put a plate here, and then the second time they put a plate right here. So like it's literally held like if this is my jaw, the plate is right around it. You know what I mean? And then on one side, like it's broken from like that. So they put a plate right there. They went inside my mouth, cut my gums open, slid the thing, put the screws in. You know what I mean? So I don't
Jeez,
have a
bro.
glass jaw. I have a titanium jaw.
That's why you
If
guys need
anybody would say.
insurance. The insurance is a. That's why you guys need
Oh
insurance as a
no!
wrestler.
Let me tell you something. I went to a poor town in LA. Not a poor town. A poor. I don't know what the fuck it's called. It's like a homeless hospital where all the students work on you.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I went there to get surgery, and a student worked on me, and they covered all of my bills.
Oh
I didn't pay
shit.
that. I didn't even pay it. I don't know if they thought I was homeless or I don't know what it was, but I never received that bill.
You're like,
You know what I mean?
I'm a donor. Can I like?
Bro, I don't know what happened. But the second time I received the bill, and that one was like, I was like $7,000, which thankfully, like my insurance covered that. And I always tell wrestlers, y'all better have insurance because this shit ain't no joke. Everybody likes to say what's real and what's not, but I tell you what, when you get injured, that ain't, you know, I don't even want to even say the word,
No,
but that
don't.
shit's real. That's
It
real,
is.
baby. You
Okay,
know.
so no injuries happen to you. How long do you feel that you're gonna go until you're like, I think I'm gonna be done now? Like, do you have a set age? Like, if
Yeah.
health is good and everything, do you have a set age? What?
So let me tell you this, man. Every January, I say I'm gonna hang it up. I'm done, and I've been saying that for God knows how long, like at least 5 years now.
Really?
Every January, but as you know, promoters will be like, "Okay, I'm gonna run my last show this month," and then they get ready for next year, and they go, "Here's all my dates for next year. I need you for here, 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 here," and I'm like, "Oh man." You know what I mean? And then they come up with the great storylines, or I'm gonna bring Penta in for you. I'm gonna bring, whoever, Darby Allen for you, or this guy, Mick Foley. You're gonna be working these guys. And it's like it makes it very hard for me to say no. Like
Right.
I'm working with Raven next year in March. I can't say where, but I was like, I think January I'm just gonna work once a month. You know what I mean? I've been working literally when I was in LA, I was traveling doing 3 shows in a day. You know what I mean? Literally in LA, you could do that.
Oh hell yeah.
Lunchtime, evening, wrestle the first match in the evening, and then jump out and do the main event. Whatever. And I was
Hmm.
doing that, and then I moved to the Southwest where everything is 6 hours away. So now it's like I gotta wrestle Thursday, Friday, Saturday, come back home Sunday. So I've been doing that for a very long time. And I was like, man, okay, like I've got to wrestle my favorites, meet my heroes, gone to places I'd never been on my own dime that I couldn't afford. And I just got to do everything fun. And I'm just going to go, you know what? I'm just gonna wrestle once a month. Once a month is all I need. I'll be good, you know. And then here comes opportunities like you and GCW and Raven and all these other stuff that's happening. And I'm like, how can I say no?
Right.
How can I say no to Montana? I ain't never been to Montana, but I'm going now, you know, whatever. And I'm now a regular there. I'm one of their main champions. So it's like, again, I try to say every January, I'm going to be done. And I tell everybody who loves me and who will listen to me, 40 years old will be when I am done. But I can't wait uh, for that because I know I said I wouldn't talk about this, but I have four children, and one of them in 4 years will be 14. She's gonna hate me. I'm always on the road. I'm always traveling, and I want to be at the soccer games, and
Right.
I want to be at the basketball and the volleyball, and I don't want to be the dad that's, you know, oh, my dad's wrestling in fucking South Carolina instead of being here at my prom, you know, whatever, like to take pictures of me and my boyfriend. My daughter's getting old, and I just want to be there for her. And as much as I always want to say that, literally a few weeks ago, I typed it all out. I was like, this is going to be my last match. You know, this is going to be my last month, my last year, blah, blah. I kept deleting. I was like, no, 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 no. I was like, I can't. I tried. And then I tell my students every single day, I'm like, guys, I don't got a lot of left in the tank. And they're like, yeah, right, coach. They don't believe me. I tell anybody, everybody, and no one believes me. The only problem is my
I'll say hi.
ego.
Your
The only
ego.
my
You said,
ego, my ego is the problem because it goes when I leave, I feel like people will say I'm responsible for making him leave, and they won't believe the fact that I just wanted to watch my daughter play volleyball. You know
hey,
what I mean? Like,
hey,
you
man.
know. So I can't take that, and it makes me upset to go. I can't even just leave in peace without people still talking shit or kicking me out the door. Why can't they just go, man? That Gino Rivera was a really good cat. You know, whatever. No,
Right.
it hurts too much for them to say that, but it
It
also hurts
does.
for me to hear
It
that.
bites
It's
people in the
like,
ass too.
yeah, I just when I leave, I don't even think I'll make an announcement. I'm just gonna just dip
Bow out.
and you know, and I just don't want anybody to think I did that. No. He went to go watch his daughter play volleyball. Okay? You know,
Hmm.
don't take that. And that's what I wanted. That's how I want to go out. But I don't want to say I'm going out at 40. I hope next year will be my last. You know, I'm hoping. I'm crossing my fingers, but shit just keeps coming up. These fucking bookings won't go away. You know what I mean? I gave a promoter a random number the other day thinking he'd say no. He's like, okay. And I'm like,
Ah, shit.
Jesus Christ. I'm getting flown out to see a Mike Tyson fight in November. And I was like, this guy ain't gonna wanna, you know, I'm not wrestling for him, but he's just more like, no, I just want to bring you out to come and hang out with me. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna need this, this, and this, and this. This dude went hotel, flight, car, food, ticket, got you. I'm like,
Private security, brother. Where's your private security?
I was literally like, I don't even like Jake Paul, and I'm not even a big Mike Tyson fan, but okay, I guess I'm going. And people are so nice to me, and it makes it very hard to leave,
Right.
especially at like, I'm trying to be one of the last of the first class that's in Tino's to still wrestle. We still got Ray Rosas out here. You know, when he retired, then I'll be like, all right, I'm the last one. Peace, done. But Ray Rosas,
Ray's got like 15 more years in the tank, bro.
I swear to God, man, he's lovely. But I'm like, man, I can't let Ray, you know, beat me. I got to be the last one. Famous B is out here time to time, but he ain't active like me. But
Wait,
I just
you know he's in Australia, right?
I do know he's that
Okay,
I
okay,
do,
okay.
but he was inactive for a very long time after
Right,
Lucha
right.
Underground. So I was like, you can't add those years up because now I was active every single weekend, every weekday, whatever. I've been active. So I'm like, I gotta,
It's me and Ray. It's just me and
it's
Ray
me and
now.
Ray just doing it, and it's always been me and Ray like this. And Ray's a far better wrestler than me, far better wrestler than me. But I feel like charisma wise, I'm better, and I just can't let him. I can't let you win, Ray. I can't let you win, dog. I gotta be here. You gotta retire first before I
So
do. And
wait
if
a
I
minute.
do,
So what about a career versus career match? You versus Ray, huh?
man, There you go.
Right,
You
Joey,
know,
book it. Joey, you need to be
right?
in that match. You need to be in
So
that in the triple threat match.
Joey would always, I always thought Joey would be an instigator when we would train together. He'd be like, "Fuck, Ray, don't let Billy show you up now." And I'd be looking at Ray, and Ray be looking at me, and then something would happen. Ray would do something cool, and he'd be like, "Ooh, Billy, damn, Ray, ooh, you got to catch up with that." And I was like, he's putting us against each other, you know. And there's always been
Yeah,
that rivalry where I truly adore and respect Ray Rosas. He's phenomenal. He's got his own school, I think, somewhere
yeah,
in
MPW.
Cali,
Yeah,
right? He's got his own team, phenomenal wrestlers and stuff like that. But so do I, you know. So I got my school on and popping with my wrestlers. I got 32 students. I'm doing my thing, you know. They're all over the place. So
that's right.
you know,
That's
but
right.
like I said, I gotta be the last one. One of us has gotta go, and it ain't me yet. I hope.
You and like so if you retire from wrestling, the school's still gonna go, right?
Man, I wanted to quit everything, like just
Oh,
everything, but I can't. I can't do that to my kids, man.
nah.
They depend on me. They depend on me, and some of them, like I said, I never saw myself as a teacher. I never wanted to train anybody. I never wanted to pass on the knowledge or any. I was just like, I'm a wrestler. That's it. I'm going to the E. I'm going to WCW, TNA, wherever. You know, that's what I was thinking. But I fell into this pit of being a trainer, a motivator, a father, a brother, a cousin, whatever these kids look at me
Need, yeah,
as.
yeah. I get
And
it.
I've fallen into that category of whatever they need me as, and I can't let them go. I cannot leave these kids asked out on the street. But if they all decide to go down from like two students to one student, then I can casually make my way out. But every time one leaves, I get three sign up. You know, five leave, 10 more come. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I can never leave this business. But initially, I like to quit the business in all. Like, I just want to just be a fan. I forgot what it is to be a fan. And I just want to go, I want to just
Yeah.
watch wrestling and see my friends on TV and go, I wrestled him. And my kids go, yeah, right, dad. You don't even know him. And that's Ray Rosa's walking out. You know what I mean? Like stuff like that. But
I feel
um,
that, man. I've look. There's some people who ask me like, so you're pushing the show to March? I'm like, yeah. One of the main reasons is my daughter. I need to be here for her right now. You know
mhm,
what I mean? And
yeah,
wrestling is not. Wrestling's great. Wrestling's one of the biggest part of my life. You know, like, but when you look down at your kid, you're just like, nope, no, no, no. Sorry, I have to take a back seat to a lot of things, and I trust me, man. I know where you're coming from. I
yeah,
just to walk away from everything and just be like, get that shit off your shoulder. Be a fan again. You know, it's like, you know, Motros, right?
yeah, yeah,
Okay, I don't.
yeah.
I'm not putting his business out there, but it's kind of clear he's actually walked away from wrestling.
Wow.
He walked away from social media. Like I believe he just kind of did it abruptly. And I asked him, I said, hey, you know, like, what's up? He goes, I need to fall back in love with wrestling. He goes, I need to not see, I just don't need to see shows being promoted right now. Because I just don't, he goes, I don't want to see this shit no more. I need to fall back in love with it. And I'm sorry, Motros, put your shit out there. But I think that's a strong statement because
Yeah,
he's one of those guys like you, very in love with the business, very
yeah.
dedicated to wrestling. But it's like, bro, like sometimes this shit could just be draining and you have other priorities, you know?
Oh yeah. Oh
But
yeah.
I think if you walked away from wrestling, bro, I think that you would be 8 years old all over again. You would find a way to go to SummerSlam, you know, like fuck, you know, put on your shirt, like, and that's not a
Yeah.
problem. That's not a fucking problem at all. You know, like prime example, CM Punk worked all his fucking life. He had to like quit the business just to go to a hockey game. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So it's like
Yeah.
I get it, bro. I fucking get it, especially when you have priorities and priorities that look up to you, you know, like
I
we'll leave it at
know.
that. It's like you don't want to miss that shit. And I respect that, bro. But now if WWE calls you like, yo, we need full-time ref or a full-time somebody, he said, I'm out.
Gone, man. You know,
He
and
said, I'm out.
I've had many opportunities with WWE, and I blew it. It was my own fault. It was
Mm.
not them. It was nothing they did. It was my own fault. Cruiserweight Classic, I didn't send an email, you know. As an announcer, I didn't see the email that they sent me um, to review what I was supposed to say. I thought it was a job interview, so I came in a nice tie and was like, "What do you guys want to know?" And they're like, "All right, so we're gonna go over the email that we sent you." And I'm like, "What
Oh,
email?" And they're like, "We sent you an email. You're supposed to go over it and present it to us." And I was like, and then as far as like right now, just there's a lot of talk about being a referee and stuff, but it's not in my heart. But neither is working a normal 9 to 5 job. It's not my heart. I want to be happy, and if I gotta take a job as a cameraman in the WWE just to say, I'm making a steady, good check, I will. I got no shame, but it's just not what I want. I'm a fan and I'm a wrestler at the same time, and we've all had that cloud or that dream of like us being at WrestleMania, us being at Wrestle Kingdom or
right.
Triple Mania. We've all had that dream, and I've had that. And I always tell people too, my kids, I'm like, it's hard because I'm a trainer still chasing his own dream. You know what I mean? Trying to help you
Yeah.
chase your dreams, and it's very hard. And I was just like, man, like I said, when I hang it up, I'm gonna like it's gonna be super hard to fill that void, but my void will be my children and seeing them like play and get into sports and all these things. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm like, I need to do that. That's
Yeah.
more important. I've chased my dream for 16 years, going on 17 in January. I don't want to be Kayam. No disrespect. Kayam's awesome, but I don't want to be the old guy still wrestling and doing that. And I want to be pain free. Right now, I'm not pain free. I'm literally passing a kidney stone right now till as we speak. So
Jeez.
I'm passing a kidney stone that I've been passing since Friday. I got aches and pains and my hips and everything. So I'm like, I'm beaten down, but you know what I mean? I don't know. One day I'll be able to like somebody's gotta like, I don't know, just erase my memory. Erase Men in Black, just erase my memory so that I
Whew.
never think about wrestling, but it's very hard because my
Oh,
kids too, it's hard because I have a ring at my home.
right.
So it's like, I look up, I wake up, open the windows, I see wrestling. I
Wrestling,
walk out the door, I'm doing something wrestling. My office, my house. I talk about the business at the dinner table. Like I got my students dropping in and out of my home. Just what I mean. Promoters contacting me left and right. I'm doing interviews, meet and greets. Everything is the business. I never thought I would say this in my life, but I live, breathe, eat, sleep, shit, wrestling. And so do my children. So do my family. This is a business. I always think of like the Harts, the Von Erichs, and just the family, the Samoan dynasty, and they must sit at the table and all they talk about is wrestling. And I
wrestling.
do that. That's what I do at my family table. We don't talk about anything else but how's the business? What's the money situation? Like, you're gonna do this booking, you're gonna fly here. Everybody asks, "Oh, are your kids gonna get into wrestling?" They got a ring out here. Yeah, you think? Like
Right. It's
I'm gonna get back.
actually
I'm
they
gonna
are
get
born
back
into the
in
business.
there. I'm sure my daughters, one of my daughters, are gonna be like, I want to be a diva. I want to be a wrestler, and I'm gonna be like, no, but I'm gonna be like, okay, like I can't stop them because I love this business, and I wish they loved it as much as I do, but they will when they see how much fun I've had over the years and where it can take them. I don't want them to go through the stuff that I went through and others go through, but I can't say no to them. I can say no, please stop. Come on, let's go. Right? Like,
Right.
but I'm excited that maybe one of them will get into it out of four. I don't know. We'll see. Not so much my son. My son don't like that. My son ain't down for it. But my
And he's
girls,
like,
they
nah, I'm
they
good.
they get a little itched here and there. So I'm like, you know, I'm excited. I'm excited about retirement. I'm excited about them getting into the business. But man, the day that I don't have to talk about wrestling, That's even more exciting. But I don't see it. I don't see it happening, bro. I
What about your?
literally, huh?
Go
What
ahead.
was that? I literally packed up my calendar for next year, like in certain months, and I'm like, I said I was done, and here I am, like, boom, 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 boom. Here comes the dates. You know what I mean? So we gotta talk about that March date.
Oh yeah, 100%. I'm actually
I
getting
need to
together
get
with.
that. I need to get that down. So
Actually getting together with James Wednesday. We're gonna lock
yeah,
in a date.
yeah,
I'll tell you some other things on the side,
yeah,
but
for sure, for sure.
March is definitely coming up.
Yeah.
6 months. We're gonna probably do. I Thursday was like, yeah, I'm gonna be different. Not doing that shit again. We
Somebody in
will.
California does that, and they didn't do well either. So
Nah, and I was doing Wednesday shows in San Diego, and I was like pulling 150 people still, but
oh
I
shit,
also had huge marketing people helping me do this shit. But no, we're gonna come back and we're gonna either do a Saturday night show or a Sunday like 2 p.m., 4 p.m. type show when we come back.
that's that's how I was gonna do my thing. A lot of places that I want to run, my Friday nights, Saturday nights, that's their money nights. So
All
they're
right.
like, we don't want to do that, but we can give you a Sunday night. And the way I pitched it to them is like, okay, if it's a Sunday, it's got to be from 2 to like 5-ish, because after that,
Mm,
people want to go home, unwind, and get ready for work. They ain't coming out. I
mm-mm.
got kids, and people be like, oh, come out to my Sunday party. And I'm like,
Yep.
nah, I'm good. I'll see you guys next week. So yeah, I get it. So, but
Shit.
we'll talk about all that. Don't worry about that. We're good.
On Sundays with me and my wife, when it hits 2 p.m., it is 8 p.m. according to us.
Yes.
It's
Oh
2
yeah.
p.m.
Oh
Oh,
yeah. Trust
we're
me.
in the house,
I'm
bro.
over
We
here
are in the
clocking. I'm like, when these kids go to bed. All right. You know what I mean? I'm tired. But what
one
were
of
you
the
gonna you were gonna ask me something else.
shit. Well, one of the things I've always liked about you, as far as when you travel, you actually are you're a real tourist. Like you will really tour the town, bro. You will
Yeah,
really
yeah.
tour the fucking town. And I love that for you because a lot of guys like like I talked to Sam Stackhouse and Logan Knight, and they're the ones that he Logan Knight went off doing the GCW tour, and he was down there to Albuquerque and all that shit.
Yeah.
And I was just like, "Yo, did you get to enjoy it?" He's like, "Bro, we were in the car the entire time." I'm like, he's like, "It was the
Nope.
first time I was ever in LA." And I'm like, "So what'd you think?" He goes, We were on the freeway, and then we went to the venue, and then we left." I'm like, first thing in my head was like, "Bro, you all need to get on that Gino Rivera schedule." This dude will like
Hmm.
he's like, "I'm at the biggest fucking place to take pictures. Like, I went here." Like,
Yes.
you really
Yes.
take that shit in, though. You really take that shit in.
Here's my little secret. It's not gonna be a secret anymore, but those that know me know. Sometimes I only take a booking just to go see something that I really wanted to see. And I'll take an L, whether it be money, whatever it is, but I'm gonna get there. Because by God, I'm gonna see fucking Bruce Lee's grave and I'm gonna go to Kurt Cobain's house. So I'm going there, Washington. I'll see you next year. I already locked that down. I just locked down Detroit and Indiana so I can go to
Eight.
Eminem's 8 Mile Street and go see Michael Jackson's childhood house. Don't fuck with me. On top of the Georgia date, where I'm pretty pissed off because I went to Georgia and the guy promised to take me to Crispin Wall's house so I could stand outside the gates and do this. He didn't take me. I got mad. I said, I'm never coming back. So I only go places where I can go see things. I went to South Dakota. I said, say, y'all, how far is the what do you call it? The Mount Rushmore. And they said, oh, it's like 6 hours away. I said, you think we could make it? And they were like, no, we can't make it. I was like, man, I ain't never coming back. I took more dates with them. So now again, I'm gonna go see something scary, something historic, or I'm gonna go see where like things were filmed at. Like I went to
Right.
Utah. First thing I did, I hopped off that plane and got in my rental car and I said, all right, I'm gonna go see the Sandlot. You know what I mean?
Oh
I grew up on the
shit.
Sandlot, so I went to
That's
see the
right.
Sandlot, and it broke my heart. But I went to Chicago. I said, "Hey, how far is the Home Alone house?" He's like, "Oh man, 30 minutes away." I said, "You want to
Bet.
make an extra cook butt? Drive me over there real quick." We went to go
Wow.
do that. So I go see things, and I try to make it the best because, like, I'm like, if I never come back here, at least I can go. Hey, I got to
What's the number
see,
one thing what's the number one thing on that whole list? Like, bro, I went and saw this.
man.
What's your favorite
Okay,
thing you've seen?
I'm gonna say, and this is probably so stupid because we live in California, but after the Cecil Hotel documentary dropped or whatever,
Hmm.
I went to the Cecil Hotel in LA and I was around that. I was taking pictures. I was in awe. I was just looking. Have you seen that documentary?
I've heard about it,
Hotel
but I haven't seen it.
Cecil? Oh
Nah.
my gosh. Some girl got murdered and this. And I was like, I'm standing in the hotel that the girl was at, and I'm not supposed to even be here. I snuck
Oh,
in here, So I'm one of those guys. Like, I will sneak in and get into trouble and be in jail and be like, yo, Gus can't make the show. I got arrested. Why? Trespassing.
fucking
That's
around.
me,
You're
right?
fucking around.
So I think that I did see the Alamo, which I was like, that's it. Y'all drove me here for this. I was like, the Alamo. I was expecting something big. It
Yo,
ain't
I
nothing.
watched Pee Wee Herman, and he
Yeah,
was all
man.
about the Alamo, and here I am, and this ain't shit.
I'm like, oh come on, y'all. I think the Alamo, the Cecil Hotel, and then what was the other one? I think the Home Alone house really got me because I was like, as soon as I was there, everybody's talking, taking pictures. I was like, just shut up, shut up, shut up. And I can just hear the Home Alone song.
Oh
And I was
fuck!
just like looking
I
like,
I got that whole movie going in my head right now.
yeah, man. I was just looking like, oh my God, they shot the house right here. And then the Sandlot, I jumped over the fence and I ran the baseball field, but the baseball field ain't really like it's barely there. It's barely there. And I was just in my fields. So, like I said, those things are probably it. The Cecil Hotel, the Sandlot, the Alamo sticks out, and then obviously the Home Alone house got me. I did do the Married with Children house too. I saw that. That was pretty dope.
Oh shit!
But in a few weeks, I'm going to Michael Jackson's house, and I'm gonna stand in front of 8 Mile too in Detroit. So I'm going back to back. So I'll be driving all night just to get there, just to get one little picture or a video, just to say I did it. You know what I mean? And that's why when you see me going to all these crazy places, just know I'm up to no good. you know, yeah, I'm here to wrestle XYZ, but I'm also here to go get him some fuck shit and really go like, why is he in Utah? Let me see what's up in Utah. Oh, he's there to go see Beethoven's house. Okay, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I saw Freddy Krueger's house in LA or in Hollywood.
Oh,
I was,
see,
man, I do
I
all
would have been
kinds of
about
stuff.
that.
I do all kinds of stuff. Everybody's boring, That's why I don't travel with wrestlers. I travel by myself because everybody want to sleep. Everybody want to do this and that. I'm like, no, y'all go to Denny's. I'm gonna go. I got
I'm
some
trying to
stuff I gotta
sightsee.
do, right? You
Trying
know
to
what I mean?
sightsee.
Everybody's at the strip clubs, and here I am in front of the Home Alone house. Like, I can't believe that I'm here. So,
So
but
Gino, I feel just took a shot at me because after the last show, I had sent
nope.
everybody to the strip club.
No,
No, I'm just
bro,
fucking
I
with you.
couldn't. I couldn't go to that strip club, but
Everyone had a good.
I
I'll tell you right now, I was getting text
everybody
messages like a motherfucker. Yo, dog, you're my favorite promoter. I'm like, well, yeah, because I gave you $50 extra to go to the club.
see. I heard that. I heard it was like a $50 voucher for food or drinks or something.
Anything you wanted at the club.
Oh
Wait,
my God,
my
lucky
wife,
guys.
my wife hooked it up because she's the fucking She's the manager over there, and she was doing marketing. And they're like, well, what can we do? And I was like, well, check this out. I mean, we already pay them. So
Yeah,
instead of them taking their money and then turning around and just spending it, why don't we just give them something extra and just like
right.
so we
That
handed
is
out
unheard
$50
of.
vouchers to everybody at my show, and they all went over
Jeez.
to the strip club and had a good old time.
Did Sam Stackhouse go?
I don't know.
Oh, okay, okay. Shoot,
I
man.
think he
But
had to
I
drive
that
back.
see, yeah, I drove back too. I drove back all the way to Amarillo, but I was there to see Terry Funk's house and all that. Look at me, I'm getting into all kinds of trouble. See, I wanted to go see the ranch and stuff like that. So that's what I'm all about. But no, no, man.
Did you go to Bucky's while you were in Texas?
So the Bucky's ain't finished, is what I hear. Last time I was there, we went to go see it, and it showed us where it was supposed to be, but it was just like they were it was under construction.
Oh, that's
But this
lame.
time I was driving through the night, so I didn't even stop. I was just like, nah, I gotta get. I'm gonna go through straight through, stop in Amarillo, take a picture at Terry Funk's house in his ranch or whatever, and then keep going. So that's
Real
it.
road. Here's that real road warrior, huh?
Man, if I do it. I do it. I always say that I got to be home on Sunday morning to cook, you know, something or
Right.
have breakfast with my kiddos or something. They got to see me. You know what I'm saying? So that's why everybody's like, man, you can stay. I'm like, nah, man, I'm out. I'm driving straight through. You
Oh,
know?
you know it's funny you say that, and you've seen the movie Casino, right?
Hell yeah, yeah,
So, you know the part where like he's talking about Robert De Niro's explaining like characters, and he gets to fucking Joe Pesci goes, no matter what he was doing, no matter what the fuck he was up to
yeah.
the night before, he was there the next morning to make his son
Cooking.
breakfast.
Yeah, and
And
that's where I got it from.
bro, I'm me and you, baby, me and you.
That's where I got it from.
I get it from. I'm like no matter what I do, I need to be at home for
I
something.
I could tell you right now, every promoter that's ever booked me, ask them what time I try to fly out on Saturday nights and Sunday mornings. I'm like, book me on the earliest flight because I
Dude,
gotta get home
yeah, he's
to
like,
my
get me the
babies.
fuck out of here.
Oh yeah, and they're like, no, you don't want to stay here till Monday. I said,
Nah,
no.
nah,
I
get
mean,
me
you
out of
nice
here.
and all, you cool, and I love that you gave me the belt, and this and that, but I want to go home to my babies.
And that,
You
you know
know?
what? And just to let you know, that's why I didn't book you on that Sacramento show when we did NorCal Pro, and I took everyone up there. I was like, bro, I was gonna before I even called you, I was like, bro, I can't drag him up there for 3 fucking days. It's one day of hanging out, one day of wrestling, and the next day hanging out, and then we leave at night. I'm like, there's about 4 or 5 people I wanted to bring in. You're one of them. I'm like,
Yeah, yeah.
I can't drag him out for a 1 day
Nah,
payday for three
no,
days.
nah,
You
nah,
know?
no hard feelings, man. I just know that like when I'm, as soon as I, like I said, as soon as I left that Oklahoma show, man, I was in my car hustling through the night. I would
I don't
literally
blame you,
be
bro.
while everybody's sleeping, 3, 4 in the morning. I'm hustling, just trying to get home, man, and that's the goal. You know what I mean? My students know too. They can't, they're not allowed to ride with me, but they know, man. Gino snuck out the back door, didn't say bye to nobody. Oh, I know where he's at. And sure enough, I was like, hey, y'all, I'm home. And they're like, we're still on
Home.
the road. Man,
Yeah, and I'm home.
yeah, I pulled through and I'm gonna be home when my babies wake up. And when they see me, that I'll be tired and sore, but at least they go, there's my dad, right? You know what I mean? Got all this money. We can go to Texas Roadhouse. We don't go to KB Toys or Toys R Us no more because they closed. But we can go to Walmart or Target and buy you a toy and call it a day.
There
You
you
know,
go.
so that's how it is. And most people don't understand the family man Gino Rivera. They only know the I don't even know what they think of me, Gino
That
Rivera. But
fucking jerk online who fucking
yeah,
posts 19 stories in an hour.
yeah, all day, man. I literally have ways of posting things. It's like today I'm gonna post my merch. Tomorrow I'm gonna post all my shows. Then I'm gonna post my promos. Then I'm gonna post my school. Then I'm gonna repost, like memories. Like I got things every single day where it makes it seem like, damn, does this guy live online? No, I just, out of sight, out of mind. If you ain't, if you're not in their sight as a promoter, right, they ain't gonna book you.
Not at
But if
all.
they keep seeing, man, this guy promotes like he's running my goddamn show. I want 50 of you on, if I can clone
Hmm.
you. And like I said, ain't nobody else complaining. The only ones complaining are the ones that ain't getting booked. The other ones that are not complaining are the ones booking me. You know what I'm saying? And
Right?
my bookings ain't slowing down. You know what I mean? I can go anywhere I want to go because I'm relentless with this shit. You know what I mean? Um, I can't tell you my real job, but just while I'm at work, I promote. Before I go to bed, I promote. When I wake up, I promote. When I'm eating, I promote. When I'm on the toilet, I promote. When I'm driving and I shouldn't be promoting, I'm promoting. You know what I mean? I'm waiting for my kids at school, I'm promoting. I'm walking with my kids, I'm promoting. You understand? Like I'm literally doing something and letting these folks know that when you come to my page, you ain't gonna see drama. You ain't gonna see me bashing anybody, but you're gonna see, damn, this motherfucker is always doing something. He's
Always
always
promoting.
going somewhere. You know what I mean? As I do a show, the next when next flyer for the next month comes out, where it's like, God damn, I just deleted 10 flyers out of this fucking. I love when people make 10 different flyers of their one show. I love that shit. You know what I mean? But when you got one promotion that just gives you one flyer to promote, whatever. But by the time I delete those 10 flyers out of my phone, I got another 10, a promoters,
Right.
hey, here's your match, here's the collective flyer, and then here's like the whatever. And I'm like, cool. And
I
I just
love
keep
making
doing it.
flyers. How many flyers did I make for this one show? I probably made
I
like
had 12. I'm pretty
Fuck.
sure I had like 12 of them. But I
I
save logos, I save everything. I save everything, anything with the promotion. And I just want people to know this is the logo, this is the company, this is the match, this is the full card, this is a different color of the card. Like I don't give a damn if you gave me blue and green tomorrow. I'm gonna promote blue and green. And then you can send me red next Saturday and I'm gonna promote blue, red, and green. Even though
right.
it's the same thing, you know what I mean? Same flyer, same whatever. I take pride in that. And again, I tell my students this. I say, you guys can share all the fucking memes you want and you guys can bash each other all day. But when you come to Gino Rivera's page, you can go Hawaii, Arizona, New
Hmm.
York, Florida, South
Nelly, come here.
Dakota, Montana.
You can say hi
It
too.
it
Come
just
say
don't
hi.
it just don't stop. It just never stops. You know what I'm saying? And people hate me for it, but if they only would be nice and just be like, how can I wrestle there too? Can you help me? Hell yeah. That's all you got to do. You don't got to hate me or say bad things about me. If you want help, just say that then.
And that's why I had a
That's it.
seminar that you hosted. And I told those kids straight up, there's a reason why he's here. There's a reason why he's hosting the seminar. Is
Man.
because if you if you understand the level that he's on and what he's doing, then you guys can get on the same thing and do the exact same thing.
Oh
Just
yeah.
go right down.
I'm
Get
on,
down.
I'm on my 10th seminar in this state, man. You know what I mean? So,
Nice.
I'm in this country, I'm sorry. 10th seminar in this country where people are flying me out to teach their class, to teach their kids. And I'm like, y'all know, like, this is crazy, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. And
Yeah,
I
but
love
it's
it.
you're
I
you're
love it.
you're you're in a good you're in a good place in time right now of you're and this is no disrespect, but like you're not you're not Matt Cardona, but you're doing exactly what he's doing. And eventually that's all going to turn for you into that Matt Cardona type status to where it's like now you're going to be doing bigger things. Like you're taking the proper steps. You know what I
Oh
mean? It's
yeah.
like, bro, if people just pay attention to what you're doing, you really hold a lot of the formula. And it's like, bro, you've been giving out free game a lot. And it's like people don't take it in as game. They take it in as like this fucking guy. It's like, no,
Hmm.
bro, pay attention. Look how many shows he's promoting. Look what he's doing. Look where he gets to go. It's because of the grind, bro. Like,
I mean, I got friends in pretty much every single company, literally telling me what I'm doing is great and to keep hustling. I was
keep
just back
hustling,
there.
bro.
I was just back there at AEW with Nick Jackson, and I didn't think he remembered me. And he pulled me aside and he goes, "Man, I got you on my personal Facebook, and every time I open my Facebook, it's you." And he's like, I was like, "I'm so sorry." He goes, "No, no, no,
No.
no." He goes, "Keep fucking doing what you're doing." He didn't say fucking because he don't cuss, but he was like, "Keep doing what you're doing. I remember you. I know who you are. Come." And I was like, and I'm looking around at all the other extras. I'm like, you see, if you listen to me, I'm that dude. You know what I mean? Trying to give him that Denzel eyeball and all that, but
No, I'm that dude because you
you
know
know,
why? Speaking of, so you mentioned that you're not going to tell people about your job. By the way, this man has never, ever mentioned what he's done for a living, where he works, or anything. You
oh
see what his
man,
that laugh is right now? Because
yeah,
Gus one day, not even about a month ago, said, "Hey, you work here, right?" And you're like, "Wait, what? What the fuck?" Gus has this thing about him. This is why
yeah,
I can call people out on their bullshit because I could take the smallest detail that I seen and just elaborate on it. And I'm usually like, I don't know why I'm right about things.
uh-huh.
7 years ago, this dude posted a video in his car, and I will never forget the video. And I'm not going to mention anything, but he had a certain shirt on, and I'm like, I've only seen that shirt twice in my life.
Yeah, yeah,
And so when I told him, I was like, "Hey, so do you work here?" He's like, "How the fuck do you know?" I
yeah.
was like, "I pay attention to details, bro." Like, but yeah,
I I used to, well, I still work for that company. I can't say because I don't want anybody to
yeah, don't,
contact
no,
that
no, don't,
company.
no, 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 no.
But I used I used to roll up to shows in my work truck and park that bitch outside, go wrestle a show, and then get back in my show. And I'd be running through hospitals in my boots, and I go change in their bathrooms and get right back to work.
Yeah,
And I did that for years, dude. From like literally Corona all the way to
excuse
Beverly
me.
Hills, Corona
Oh,
all the way to Long Beach to Los Alamitos, you name it, I was there.
Excuse me.
Like, and people would know, I'd be like, hey man, what time's call time? All right, I'm gonna be there for call time. I'll shake hands. I'll get back in my truck, go work real quick. All right, the show's gonna start. I'll come right back, call my match, do my match, whatever. Looking at the time, like, come on, intermission, let's go. Get the fucking, I'm next, whatever. Wrestle my match, slap hands with everybody. Hey man, I'll be right back. Get in my work truck and just literally hustle
That
through
was
the
it.
night. And I do that every single weekend because I didn't have weekends off. Now I have weekends off, but I would do that, and a lot of people were catching on. I was like, "Hey, there's that truck out there." You know what I mean? And when my boss would be like, "Why is that truck? Why is your truck over here?" And I'm like, "Oh, I broke down. I'm getting it fixed, boss. It's gonna be a while. I apologize." And sure enough, man, like I don't know how, by the grace of God, like I didn't get in trouble for doing all them things, all those things. But I did it because I was like, I need to have this match with Chris Cadillac, or I need to have this match with Ray Rosas and Lucha Machine and whoever all these folks. Man, I was really doing bad stuff just to make this dream work, and it was all worth it.
Hey,
So if it wasn't worth it and it wasn't supposed to happen, I'm pretty sure God would have took that away from me a long time ago. But it's supported me. So I can't complain. But I used to do stuff like that. I was crazy, man. I don't know why I did that. Put in my
it's the
job in
grind,
jeopardy,
baby. It's the
you
grind.
know, for
It's the
a little
grind.
envelope with no money in it. So it is what it is.
Well, Gino, I'm going to wrap this up because I feel that we didn't do the cliche thing because I think enough people do know about your story. I wanted to talk to you. I wanted to get some just sides from you. You know what I mean? And I think we accomplished that tonight. And
Oh
I
yeah,
truly appreciate your time, man, because like I know your time is valuable because of everything we've talked about tonight. Like just you're dedicated to this business so much, dude.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
absorbed in you and to your family, even. So
yeah.
to get this time from you, I truly appreciate it, brother. I really do.
I I literally just got out of training, took my kids in, came straight downstairs, ate some beef stew, and now I'm right here. So I
And
mean, man,
I appreciate that, man, because it's what we have to do for the business. You know what I mean? And unfortunately, sometimes you got to take these times, and like I've had to do things that I didn't want to do for this business. It's like, all right, but let me go do this. Let me handle this. Let me fucking get this out there. So
make it happen, make it happen.
make it
But
happen, baby.
I appreciate you giving me this platform to just even tell a little bit of my story, man. But
Oh, we'll
you
ch-
know, to
we'll
to to
we'll
all the folks that were waiting with their guns out, bro, you can put them away. I wasn't here for that, but
That's part two.
um, that will come. That will come. If this if
hmm
this if this causes an uproar, me being nice, y'all don't want to get on my back. So
The day
I
you
got
retire from wrestling, you are going to be on this motherfucker, and we're
man.
going to just shoot it out, brother.
I'll give you names, addresses, and fucking shoot jobs of where these folks work. But right now, you guys play it safe. You guys get stay on my good side because man, I got stories, but y'all
Nice.
don't want it. But I'm trying to be good, so you guys be good too. But man, I appreciate this and much love, Gus. Man, thank you so much for giving me this time, brother.
Of course, man. Guys, don't forget to follow this man. Gino told you so. Skip that last name because that's not what it is. Make
No,
sure you guys
no.
make sure you guys follow him on everything he's got going on.
Yeah,
He's got
you guys can
merch
find
for
me. Gino
yeah,
told you so all across the board. Everything, just everything. That's all you can do. Right here, this name right here,
right there.
all across the board. Merchandise. Find my school in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Off the Ropes Pro Wrestling. We train Monday through Thursday, 4 to 8 p.m. And then I'm traveling pretty much Thursday through Sunday, everywhere and anywhere. And book me at Gino Told You So, everything. So I appreciate you guys and Gus, man. It's always been love. Always. I don't care what nobody say. Always
That's
got love from Gino
Hey, and
Rivera,
I don't
man.
give a fuck
I
what
got your
anybody
back.
says about you, brother.
All right, there you go. See, that's why we family. For
Guys,
sure.
Mike the Gus. This was Gino told you so. Make sure you fucking like, subscribe, and all that shit.
Sure.
Again, Gino, thank you for your time, brother.
Thank you guys. Thank you, man. Appreciate